All right, what up, peeps? We're live. I don't have any intro.
Oh, damn, that was quick. I was waiting for the intro.
You guys want a countdown? Hold on. Let's do the fancy. All righty.
Well, that's the intro, guys. This is the couple second countdown.
Hey,
what's going on?
That's how we do it, man. What's going on, chat? Toy Mafia, J-Rod, Everyday Collector, Mystic, Austin, Danny Lee, coming from Facebook.
Danny Lee, yo, get on YouTube. Get off Facebook.
I kind of saw a glimpse of Danny Lee last night. Man,
yeah, dude. It was like, it's so surreal. Like, I was just like, oh shoot, like that's Danny. Oh, man, it's nice to see him on the live stream, man.
But I don't know what's harder to see, PlayStation 5 or Danny Lee.
Danny Lee.
Danny Lee, yeah.
Yeah, Danny Lee.
I got some.
Apparently, people. I was gonna say, apparently, people are getting their PS5s now. So
really,
yeah, I saw. I don't know. Are you trying to get?
I am.
You're trying.
I was trying to trade like 2 Hot Toys for that thing, and no one. Really but I guess maybe the Hot Toys is Finn, and
I'm actually looking on the website for GameStop. I know they had the Xbox One.
Oh yeah,
like they had a restock on it, the Xbox One X, but I stopped. I was like, yo, like there's nothing like on the, there's nothing on the Xbox that I want to really get. Like everything's on PlayStation 5,
right? Especially now, I think with the time that we do have, there's only certain games, and the games that comes out on both, I don't really worry about like the Maddens and but the exclusive like the God of War, that's kind of like what I'm gonna miss.
Oh yeah,
if I go for Xbox, and nothing against Xbox, they got some like Gears of War and Halo, but I'm more of like a Miles Morales Spider-Man type of I guess game.
Yeah, so for me, like I've always liked Xbox, right? I've always liked the underdog. I felt like Xbox was the underdog for a while, especially the first generation Xbox. Like that was a fun console because you had like the first Halo. I think Halo 2 was on there too, right?
Yeah.
I forgot, but it was just like a really like unique console. But PS was it still the PlayStation at the time, or PS2? The PS2 still beat it out. But then Xbox stepped up their game and they made Xbox 360 and they released that console first before PS3.
Yep.
Right. And I remember,
I think they were a little cocky back then.
Yeah, I think the PS3 was like $500 and the Xbox was like $300 or something like that. And I remember I was trying to get a pre-order for the PS3, but actually it wasn't me, my wife. She wanted to surprise me. So she ended up getting the Xbox because like the guy was like, hey, we have some Xbox pre-orders if you want that. And she's like, yeah, put $50 on that. Next thing you know, like Xbox was like one of the hottest commodities to get, just because they're the first one to be released. They're the first one to offer HD gaming, and man, I remember getting that Xbox. And then I finally, after I got the Xbox, I went out and bought a Samsung. I was originally wanted the Sharp Aquos. Remember the Sharp Aquos?
Yeah. I still have those.
Yeah, I wanted the Sharp Aquos, but it was sold out everywhere because they're supposed, it was like, everybody was trying to buy the Aquas because everyone was raving about it, but no one really knew about Samsung, right? So I went to my friend, like he worked in PC Richards, and I was like, hey man, do you have the Sharp Aquos? He's like, no, it's sold out. I was like, he goes, dude, why did you buy this Samsung TV right now? I mean, yeah, I was like, Samsung, like, why? And he was like, no, listen, like Samsung TVs are actually manufactured in the same like factory as Sony. So the quality of this TV is really, really good. It's just less expensive. So I think I paid like $1,300 for like a 32-inch TV. And I remember plugging in my Xbox, playing like the first game, I forgot the first game I played on it. It was some weird game.
Gears of War.
And no, it was Gears of War was a little bit later. I think it was something with a K.
Mhm.
I forget, something like that. Came in, I don't know, whatever. It was some weird game, and I was just like blown away with the graphics and just like, because I'm a PC gamer, and that was like the first time I was just like, yo, like the consoles actually got the PC beat, and yeah, I was just like, I fell in love with the 360. But then after that, they went downhill. I mean, like they're still good, but I felt like
Yeah.
PlayStation was always on top after that.
What's
The
so weird
Xbox.
is Sony's like a hardware manufacturer, right? Like, so they
Mhm.
manufacture TVs, DVDs, and whatever.
Mhm.
Microsoft is software. Sony has better software, meaning games like God of War, like exclusive ones, Uncharted,
Yeah,
The Last of Us. But and then Microsoft has a better hardware, like they're strong, like they're more powerful graphic wise, and
yeah,
that stuff, which is kind of weird. Isn't that you're expecting that from Sony because they're like a hard
yeah.
manufacturer, but
Well, here's my thing, like, dude, like, for me, like, I just don't like the Xbox layout. It's so busy, as
Mhm.
opposed to the PlayStation. Like I'm playing the PlayStation 5 right now. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Like if you want to go to your games, there's like a tab for the games. If you want to go watch like a whole bunch of streaming services, there's another tab for that. You could record, you can broadcast. It's very simple to use. But then when you go into Xbox, there's like, I don't know, it was just like all over the place. Well, in my opinion, I mean, not to offend anybody who has Xbox. Like I like Xbox, but I just feel like the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation is more user friendly than the Xbox.
It
I
might
don't
be a
know.
matter of, I guess, because maybe you don't play Xbox that much. Now I'm playing a lot of
Yeah.
Xbox One because I can't find PS5, so I just play my Xbox One, so it feels new
Yeah.
because my kids took
Yeah.
over my PS4, and
Mhm.
it's not as bad as I thought it was. I
Mhm.
basically use this as a 4K player. That's it. Like if you have an Xbox One, I don't know what was the last game you played on it, but even
Mhm.
if it's like Madden, NBA, I do it on PS5. I'm in PS4. But now that I don't have my PS4 anymore, since the kids are playing on it, so I just
Mhm.
use this one, and it's actually it's okay. It's okay. It's just that I don't know. We're just not used to it. Maybe.
I mean, I was an Xbox guy. Again, like I've always went for the underdog. I love Dreamcast. Remember
Mhm.
Dreamcast?
Oh, dude,
Dude, I
awesome.
invested, like I had a choice, right? Like I didn't make, obviously I didn't make a lot of money back then. And I was like, who do I go with? PlayStation or should I get the Dreamcast? And I was like, you know what? I'm going for the underdog. I'm gonna get Dreamcast. And I loved it. I love Quake. I love NFL, NBA 2K. And dude, like that's when, oh dude, NBA 2K was such an amazing game. And I used to have a lot of fun with all my friends. We used to make up like our own teams. Like we used to have a draft, I'm like, yo, yeah, meaning like okay, he'll pick first and then I'll pick second. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, oh,
Yeah,
and then we made up our teams that way.
dude.
And I remember
Dream
Steve Francis kicked butt and
such
Tracy
an
McGrady.
underrated figure. I mean, not figure. Such an underrated console, man. Remember their
Mhm.
controller has like a little screen, like their memory card is
Yeah.
on the top. It has
Mhm.
like a little screen on it so you can see your health, like if you're playing Resident Evil, you see like
Yeah.
or you're in danger. I mean, it's monochrome, but still, you
It
know.
was it was such a unique thing. And the graphics were great. Um, and also like I just had a lot of fun. I had a lot of memories with with that Dreamcast, but obviously PlayStation totally wiped it out. And then I went with the Xbox 360, and then after that I said F it. Like I'm just gonna support PlayStation because they're just too big, there's a lot of PlayStation fanboys out there, so that really keeps the console,
Alive.
great,
Yeah.
alive and great, but dude, like there's no rush. Seriously, there's no rush to get the PS5. Like, there's
There's no
not a
game.
lot of games.
Yeah.
No, there's no games. This is what I do. When I first got it, I beat Miles Morales. I beat that in like maybe a week and a half because I kind of like took my
Damn.
time with it. Yeah, you could seriously beat it in like 2 or 3 days if you
Mhm.
wanted to. But I played the side missions and stuff. But dude, after that, I played Call of Duty because I really like the is it the
Hap,
hepatic
yeah, something like that. Haptic feedback or something.
haptic feedback, right?
Yeah.
And with the guns, and I play that and just play online, and that's it. Nothing else.
Nothing. You play PlayStation 4 games on it.
Yeah, I'm like, I should have just waited. Yeah, so I'm right now. I'm playing Resident Evil Biohazard. No, Resident Evil
3.
7. Is it seven? Seven? No, not Biohazard. 7
The,
with
the
the the one with the house, the creepy house,
yeah.
and you could play in VR.
Did you do that?
So I did it, and then I got scared. So I'm just playing
Yeah.
it.
People are insane, man. I'm not gonna scare myself for that. Like, you put a VR.
Yeah, I'm
it's
like
VR for a different, purpose.
yeah, I don't want people walking in, like my wife walking in, and I'm like scared, like in the corner
Yeah.
or something. So
With your pants down. So it's like,
yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on here? Is he playing Resident Evil or what the hell?
why's his pants down? It's just like,
Yeah,
scared.
why is he wearing just boxers? Or why is he like just wearing boxers only? I mean, it's like
I thought I was
shirtless.
playing a game.
I don't think it's a
There's so much more in the game.
But like, yeah, man, like, I really can't wait for God of War. I can't wait for the new Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
That one I can't wait for because that looks, dude, like that woman is like huge. What kind of, yeah, it's like a like huge Amazonian woman. I was just like, what the heck is going on? But it looks really good. Like, I love the memes though on the Resident Evil because one of the bad guys is like this like really good looking like witch or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, should I be scared or horny?
Or both.
Like or both. Like what the heck? But like yeah, man, I can't wait for that game and God of War. Like, the next God of War. I think it's supposed to be Ragnarok. Right?
Yeah.
That's the name. That's the name of the
War. I don't even know is it coming out soon, or they didn't even do a release date, right? It's just
there. No release date. So probably I don't know. Hopefully at the end of the year and early next year.
I do the NBA. Did you buy the NBA 2K on PS5? That looks pretty good.
I know. I want to get it, but dude, like it's been a long time since I kept up with the NBA.
Mhm.
So I don't know like some of the players there. So I'm like, is this guy good? Like, I don't know.
All you need to know is the New Jersey Nets because you're.
I know. There's all the superstars are in that.
They're all in there.
Yeah, but I heard they're not even that good. Like
they will,
right? Like their record's not that great, right?
I think they're third in the East or maybe second in the East. They're I mean, Durant is still injured. Dude, my baby Bulls ain't no baby no more, man. We're number 6 seed right now. Well, again, that's the Eastern Conference, though, not the Eastern. So if you have a record that's around 500 or so, you'll be in the playoffs. But they're playing the Phoenix Suns right now. And the last time I checked, we were leading unless, I mean, we're talking about the Chicago Bulls in here. So nothing's
impossible. Dude, at least you're leading. Not like the Magic. I'm a Magic fan. And we're just like... I've been so disappointed with them.
Dwight Howard was decent, and
dude, we had a couple runs, but I mean, we had T Mac at one point. We signed. I remember I was so happy when they signed Tracy McGrady and Grant Hill,
dude,
and I was just like, and then Grant Hill got injured and played like 10 games in like 5 seasons.
Collected 120 million for that.
Yeah, and he's married to Mia. I was just like, wow, living the life, man. That's crazy.
That's the same thing with the Bulls. We got Otto Porter from, you probably don't know him, from Washington. He's not that good, but he's making like almost 27 million. I think he only played 33 games for the Bulls for the past 3 years. So, man,
Wow. Must be nice.
How many Hot Toys that is?
Oh my goodness.
33 million, 27 million.
Oh, dude, if I only had that kind of money, like I would just be I'll probably buy like every hot toy out there.
No,
You know.
for sure our hobbies are going to be a bit different when you make that much. You probably would
Yeah,
collect like a
I don't
yacht.
know. I don't know. Like I just like a yacht. Like I'll be like, I don't know, a yacht or hot toys or hot toys and statues. I'll probably choose hot toys and like I'll probably make like instead of buying like a yacht or like some expensive, really expensive car, I'll like really make like my man cave like a real man cave.
I
You
mean,
know?
if you're making 27 million, at some point I mean, not even 10% of that, you can buy every Hot Toys in the world. So I'm sure
Yeah.
you'll find the next thing that would keep you busy. Because like the hunt is not going to be there for you anymore. You know,
Yeah.
one
Oh,
day you're
I
gonna be
wish I
like,
had that problem.
I know, man.
What am I going to collect next? Give me the mo- Oh, I'm going to go coin collecting now.
You'll probably
Oh,
just buy The Godfather just because you wanted to. It's like, oh, how much is that? Oh, is that expensive?
oh,
Six,
really?
fine. I'll buy two of those.
Yeah. Actually, I think didn't the Everyday Collector did he review The Godfather, the
Yeah,
Hot
I
Toys?
think he did. Yeah, I think he did. He reviewed The Godfather.
Mhm.
That's old school, man. That is like
Yeah.
old.
Well, that's dude. How much is that? How much was that Godfather now? Isn't it like really expensive,
I
or
don't know. I
did it
don't
go
know.
down in price?
Maybe 500, 600. Maybe. I mean, I can assume for the announcement of Damn Toys that would take a dive. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I was gonna say like yeah, wasn't that supposed to be like one of the rarest Hot Toys? Was the Godfather?
Yeah, that and Leonidas. But Leonidas was I think he's not that expensive because of Star Ace made a Leonidas themselves. And not because
Mhm,
of that, I mean because of also the body. I mean, if you're gonna buy that Leonidas now, that's 10 years old, and
mhm.
you got some bodies that are seamless. I mean, even if it's new in box, you're risking, flaking for
Yeah,
that body. Mm.
you reviewed the Star Ace one, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember watching that review.
Love Star
Uh,
Ace, man.
yeah, did you hear us, me and Will talk about you and the
I
Star?
wasn't the sad, you animals.
Yeah. Oh man.
Animals.
Yeah. But dude, I want that Asmus. I want that Asmus Gandalf. Like really bad.
Dude, did you pre-order it by the way?
I pre-ordered it through
Uh,
Big Bad Toy Store.
They're
So
cheaper too, because if you buy what's his name? Gandalf from Asmus website, I think it's like 350.
yeah.
You don't pay tax, but you pay international transaction fee because the conversion.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's the conversion. Unless your credit card, I believe, is like like a travel credit card, then you don't pay.
Oh,
That's the key, man. If you buy from Hong Kong a lot, you got to get some travel rewards credit card.
I should just I should apply for something like that, man. Because
Yeah,
I'm
dude, it's 3%. The international transaction fee is 3%. So if
mhm.
I mean we buy for 3% for every $100, that's
Mm.
$3.
Yeah.
But buy a statue, that's $1,000. Hey, that's that
Yeah.
adds up.
Yeah, that does add up. Oh wow. I didn't know that. I might think
That's
about
why I
it.
opened one up because I bought one with Tim Cent recently because I already bought like three. I bought the LeBron James overseas. So
Mhm.
I think my international tax there is around maybe like $12. Aragorn, and now I bought one from Tim Cent, and I was just like, I bought the
Which
Spider Monkey, the Night Monkey, by the way, because dude, that was like $200. You
two
get
with the deluxe?
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
it's
Oh,
like
by the way,
20 it's like 205, something like that.
oh, you're
So
gonna like it. I mean, the deluxe is probably like the best way to go, just
mhm.
because of the base. The base makes it really amazing. Actually, I have that video like shot.
Sitting there for a
I
while.
just have, dude. I just oh my gosh, dude. I have like so many reviews that I just have to drop. I just been so busy. I think because I'm, dude, like I just got bombarded. Like February, I just got bombarded with a whole bunch of stuff. The Rancor. That Rancor is coming on Monday.
That is huge.
I
The
yeah,
big one?
yeah, the big one.
Okay.
So yeah, I need like a bigger table for that. Like I need to like find like like a big huge table to unbox that thing. Um yeah, I got that coming. I got the Regal Robot Rancor. I got I got all the Mythos statues. So
Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna bombard it, and I was just trying to pay everything off like all at once. And yeah, I just really crazy month. Hopefully it dies down.
Yeah,
Hopefully, I
that's
think it's gonna.
that's exactly what we're going to talk about today because
Mhm.
being practical is really not 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 one of our strong suit
Oh
here.
my gosh, like yeah, absolutely. Um, and I was gonna say is that well, here's my question to you: do you think like Hot Toys will like slow down now, like with figures, like releasing figures? I mean, what's left that's
Like
supposed that
actual releases, or I mean,
actual releases?
yeah, because after they, especially with Marvel, since they pretty much released everyone from Marvel, I guess
Mhm.
Brothor, they could release Brothor soon, and I don't think
The quantum realm suit, right?
yeah, the Quantum Realm suit,
Mm.
Brothor, is still up there. Marvel is kind of thin. Now, as far as Star Wars, I think like the estimated time frame for the Mandos and whatnot, and the
Mhm.
Boba, I think that's all this year. They're
Oh,
crazy to release it on 2022 because yeah, like for a normal collector. Well, we should talk about that now. All right. So for the normal collector, like if you're not crazy like yourself or somebody else who's collecting boba, you won't get everyone. You want the definitive version or something. For like a normal collector. So they're waiting for the Book of Boba. Like kind of like if when you're collecting Marvel back then, you're not buying the Captain America right away because you're gonna be like, all right, he's gonna be in Civil War. The next one, oh, he's gonna be in Endgame. And he's gonna,
yeah.
so for you to get hype, kind of like this man though. So
Mm.
I'm sure all these Star Wars, because Star Wars is just a gift that keeps on giving for Hot Toys. So
Yeah, they're really I mean, they're really riding on the Star Wars bandwagon so hard right now.
that's the
Um
movie. Yeah,
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, like that's I would too. I feel like Marvel, I mean, it's like WandaVision, I just watched the last episode, and really, I'm not going to say any spoilers, but it's still kind of, if you think about it, it revealed a lot, but it's still kind of slow. It's not
yeah.
like your action packed, show or movie like we're used to with the MCU, right?
Is it
Uh,
done? WandaVision? Is it? Are
I
they?
think it's one more episode. I could be wrong. One or two more episodes.
Mhm.
Um, uh, like for me, it's just like, like Marvel is not where it needs to be. It's slowly climbing up, but it's not really there.
Yeah.
Even like with some of the releases, like the new movies. I mean, like right now, Black Widow's been so delayed. I just think people are just giving up on that movie.
Mhm.
They're not really hyped. Like last year they were hyped for that movie.
Yeah.
Even look at Wonder Woman. Like Wonder Woman released on December, and people were still hyped because it was something that they were given during like a time where there wasn't a lot of things that were given, in terms of pop culture or Marvel movies, like or comic book movies. There wasn't a lot, so that's why people were super hyped about Wonder Woman. Now with Black Widow, I don't know. What do you think? Like, do you think people are still hyped for Black Widow?
I
Like,
think
I feel
well,
like I'm not. Like, I
I'm
feel like
not.
I'm
I mean, it's been a year, and and the thing too is that what are we going to get from Black Widow? It's prequel. Um,
yeah, exactly. What's it gonna reveal? What's it gonna like?
right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there might be like a twist in the end, but at the same time, like I'm not like, oh my gosh, like for me, like I'm more excited for the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness, or the Spider-Man movie. I think they revealed the was it uh the title,
Like,
right? It
oh,
wasn't like they
No Way Home or something.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
So he's going through like some, I don't know. Rumors is that obviously there's going to be like a multiverse introduced in
Right.
that movie. So I'm more excited for that.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. That's it. Like that's really not much.
And,
At
and,
least,
and
yeah.
honestly, dude, like it's in terms of Marvel and Star Wars, and I know Star Wars is really hot right now, and there's a
Mhm,
lot of fans who watch Star Wars, but at the end of the day, it's in Hot Toys' best interest for Marvel to do good, because as hot as Star Wars is right now, and this is just basing off,
mhm,
I guess, YouTube. If you watch it's not even an argument right now. The most popular YouTuber in terms of Hot Toys is Justin. So if you
mhm,
want to base a popularity of a figure, you go to Justin. You look at
mhm,
the figure and you see how many views. Marvel, if he reviews Spider-Man or Iron Man, 300,000 views right away in the first few days. Even
yeah.
His Mando, like the child, I mean, it's still, I think, in the 100,000, while some of his Star Wars, I mean, some of his Marvel are, like skyrocketing. Like Spider-Man right now, I think has like 150 after like 3 days. So
Mhm,
people are still, I think, still kind of, a lot of them are still drawn into Marvel. So in terms of Hot Toys sales, you kind of gauge the interest there. I know it's not the best, way of gauging things and all that stuff, but
mhm.
it's the only data that we have, Justin. So
Yeah, but even though Justin is doing well with his like Marvel videos,
mhm.
but look at I don't know, is this just because they're overproducing a lot of Marvel Hot Toys?
No,
Why is
like,
the like how come you're like able to get a Spider-Man Deluxe Night Monkey for $200?
yeah,
That's insane.
I think like not only Marvel, like everything now is overproduced. Because imagine like Qui-Gon, like we're saying,
Mhm,
even Mando, the non-Beskar, right? Where we keep on saying it's like, oh man, you got to get into this, but it sat there, for a good 3 months. Even Qui-Gon is sitting there.
mhm,
So knowing that, and unlike before, like if you asked me about this like 6 years ago, like the YouTubers, we weren't covering this. We weren't telling you, it was like, oh, you gotta get this because it's, like now, if they listen to you, pretty much
mhm.
any YouTuber, they'll tell you, man, Qui-Gon, if you missed out on this, most likely you won't have any chance again unless they
Yeah,
release it. Because
yeah.
Qui-Gon, what's the other Guardians of the Galaxy is really expensive now. Um,
Gamora.
Gamora, Yondu, yes, they could be expensive on the aftermarket, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna re-release them because it's a risk. They're gonna make a separate new batch for what? So if you could buy it, So
Yeah. And for Gamora, like I think it's waitlisted now or something like that, right?
yeah, even
Uh
Wasp.
Wasp. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I should get on that Wasp and like try to sell one.
dude. Big Bad still has them, and
Did they raise the price on
they
them
pulled an
already?
eBay on that. They pulled an eBay.
Oh my gosh, freaking big bad.
I
Oh,
posted something too because they found, I don't know, like maybe a stock of Darth Maul, like is it DX-18, the one with the
yeah.
robotic legs. So they all of a sudden it showed up on Big Bad, but
Mhm.
it's like $400, no, $350. I don't even know how much the retail is. What, 270, 280?
Yeah. I was gonna say I'm still seeing some, Wasp brand new figures on eBay right now. They're still around the retail price,
Yeah,
so it's not like jumped up yet.
it won't. Yeah, I don't think
Do you
it
think
will.
you think it will or no?
It'll be like Shuri. You know how Shuri's a really good head sculpt and
Yeah,
how it became rare. I don't think it's gonna come up to the Hella category
yeah.
because I mean they're gonna release another Ant-Man.
Hmm.
So like they're gonna release another Black Panther, but Hella, you really don't know. So
Shuri's right now selling for around like 350, three
yeah,
fifty,
it's not bad.
which this is not bad. Like you said, it's not hella.
Yeah, it's not Hella. You
Let me
know,
let me look up hella. I'm pretty sure it's hella expensive. Okay. 650.
yeah.
Damn.
See,
700. Damn. Pre-owned 700. $70 shipped.
hmm
Oh, good lord. I should have kept my hello a little bit longer.
yeah, it's just wait up.
Damn.
Cool. So it's the same thing with this bow.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna release this year
Oh yeah,
before
yeah.
season 3. And what do you feel about? Do you feel it's gonna have a head sculpt? I don't think so.
I think so. I think it has to have a head sculpt. Just because I don't know, like I try to think of the actor or actresses, right? Because I feel like they have to, get the like the rights to make it from the actor or actress.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure Katie Sackhoff seems to be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll sign off on like having her like her face on Hot Toys. Um, like I think with Robert Downey Jr. I think the problem. Remember, like with the Mark 85, I heard rumors was that. Did we talk about this? Like it was like $1 million or something like that.
To get his
For
likeness.
something I don't know. It was $1 million, or it was really expensive,
Yeah.
right?
I highly doubt.
And that's why like they really couldn't like make another portrait, like another different portrait. So
Mhm.
it was really expensive, so they didn't want to pay it again. So that's why they're giving you the reused one from the last Mark armor. So for Katie Sackhoff, she's not really like a really like A-list actress. So I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure her likenesses shouldn't be too expensive. I could be wrong, man. I'm probably like talking out of my ass right now, and I
No,
don't know.
the only reason I don't think it would come in
Mhm,
head sculpt is it's a business decision, not because of the actress. Because
mhm,
if you give this a head sculpt, what else can you put in the season 3 of Mando? Because I think she'll be a vital part of season 3.
mhm.
Now, if the armor is not going to change significantly, what's the selling point for that armor for that figure? Nothing. But if you release this now, people are clamoring for a Bo-Katan figure. They'll buy it and then turn around on December, announce another Bo-Katan. But if you want the head sculpt, get the season 3 Bo-Katan figure.
You know what? Stop giving Hot Toys ideas. Freaking optical.
That's what they
You
did with Mando. See, they were like, hey, you know what? You want the head sculpt? You got to get the deluxe.
yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say like it's probably gonna end up happening with season 2, right? Like
Yeah. And we just
like
got through it with this Mando. Remember the
mm,
season 1, and then we got the season 1.5, and then we don't have the season 2 because to a casual, I guess, buyer, Mando's Mando, right? He's
mm.
Beskar's Beskar. So season 1 to season 2, but in season 2, if there's a head sculpt, you're gonna be like, man, I need that head sculpt. So
I don't know, depending, right? Depending on the head sculpt, right? Because like
that,
when he removes his helmet, he's got like helmet hair, and it's like
yeah, it's like
it's
all over
all
weird.
it's like weird, and I'm like, like I don't know if I want that portrait.
Depending,
Yeah.
yeah, depending on the head sculpt, but because if
Mhm,
imagine if they're gonna release that season 2 Mando with a
mhm.
spear. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
a selling point. Like if I have the one with Grogu, I'll be like, dude, whatever, man. It's a spear. I'm pretty sure a third party would make that spear.
Yeah.
You put the head sculpt on, then you think twice. And I think they're gonna pull this off with this Bo-Katan right here.
Mhm. Actually, I'm looking at Joe P's comment here. I had 0 Marvel Hot Toys this time last year with no desire to jump in. Got my 7th in the mail today. Let me tell you, Joe, you're probably like you're buying those Hot Toys Marvel figures at the right time because
Yeah.
most of them are pretty damn cheap now. So yeah, that's pretty. Wait, Nicole, your production says Bo-Katan might meet the same fate as T Poe Dameron. Honestly, I hope not, but not my
I
dude.
I don't think so.
Take that back.
I
Take
don't
that
think so.
back.
Mando is so hot for them to capitalize
Oh
on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the one character we're definitely not getting is Cara Dune.
Oh yeah. There you
That
go.
is like 160%. Like we're
And
not
dude, I would buy any figure of I forgot what's her name again.
Cara Dune.
No, like her Gina
What's her
Carano.
Gina Carano? Yeah.
Dude, I would, mm, do
Yeah,
that.
but actually, I did have the 3 3/4 inch carbonized Mandalorian Cara Dune figure, right? And the card was bent a little bit in the back, so I returned it to Target, and now I'm regretting it. Even though it's like a little bent, I'm pretty sure I could have sold it and get a pretty decent money on
Yeah,
it. So yeah,
dude. Speaking of figures, how do you have you seen this figure yet?
yeah, and I saw it, and it looks pretty good, man. Like,
Dude, it's what is it? Like almost 200, I think.
mhm.
Um, it comes with, I guess, 3 head sculpts. This one is, I think, the best. Have you seen the show, by the way?
Yeah, I love the show.
The
I
show is
love the show.
you get
I'm
the
surprised no one really like jumped on like 3-0 didn't jump on the license.
Star Ace
Right?
had
Star Ace has the license?
They just announced, yeah, they picked up the license for the
Oh
boys.
yeah, that's right. We talked about it in the show, and that's when we are like,
Yeah,
"Oh god,
that's
Star
where
Ace has
I
it."
put my balls into it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
But so I don't mind third party, you know that. But
Mhm,
most third parties doesn't they're a supplement for hot toys. Like if you
mm,
have Spider-Man, they would create Doc Ock. They never really made one that's directly in competition with hot toys.
mm,
This one directly competes with Star Ace. And
mm.
how do you feel about that? Mm,
Uh,
Removing what you feel about Star Ace, whether you feel like they're good or not.
uh, this is like, I mean, like they really, dude, like Star Ace should really like think about like making some sort of teaser, because
Mm,
now people are like, that show is really popular,
yeah.
and people's been wanting a Homelander figure for a long time, and
Mm.
So Toys is like giving it to them. So Star Ace better do something, man, because if they don't, they're gonna lose a lot of customers to like to So Toys, you know.
The good news is I don't think they have a lot of customers. Um,
Wait a minute, I thought you were defending them.
dude, don't mess with my stars, man. You better leave them alone. They got
You're the
feelings.
one. You're the one talking.
They're not,
You're the one messing with
right
them.
dude, they're not watching right now, all right? Yeah, but
Yeah. Mhm.
dude, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Obviously this was done maybe not knowing that Star Ace is gonna do it. But if I was Star Ace, regardless of how I feel about Star Ace, man, I'll be pissed.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I'd be pissed too. Like, but they need to do something now, man. Show
The,
us something.
the
Like
scan that they did, it looks decent, right? Like that was the scan that they did.
that one. This smiling portrait, I like.
I like it. Yeah, I don't like the serious portrait, but this
Mm,
one I do like. The only I think kind of iffy about I know it comes with a lot with two head sculpts, a light of one, but once this goes out, this is gonna be around $200.
mm,
'Cause I think it's like 195 not shipped. So if you add the shipping and all that stuff, this is stepping on the hot toys category now. Because at
mhm,
200 something, and I know I guess this is gonna be the dilemma. If you have $200, would you rather spend it on Homelander or let's say Nebula? I
mhm.
think they're kind of overpricing this now.
Yeah.
So
Um. Um.
I guess if you really
Yeah.
like Homelander, you'll pick up Homelander. But
Yeah. Um. How much is Nebula?
Nebula, if you buy it from Tim Cent, that's just you go there because you're gonna save
Mhm.
on shipping and tax. You can get it for around 210.
Yeah, I'll get Nebula, man.
Yeah, I mean, because
Dude, this is the best time. Like, if you, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like once the Marvel explosion happens, like figures like Nebula and a Wasp will be pretty expensive. You know, just because. I mean, when are we gonna get a Wasp figure again? You know,
in a
when are we
couple,
gonna get
at
Nebula?
least in a couple of years, at least. You know,
Yeah, at least, right? Yeah. So I mean, now's the best time. Like, if you're like a really hardcore Marvel fan, dude, it's the best time. You're like living the dream right now.
yeah,
Right now, I'm a Star Wars fan and I'm living the nightmare because most of like, if I were to, try and get a figure from Hong Kong, like for Star Wars piece, like they're all just overpriced,
yeah.
like way overpriced. Which, by the way, dude, like we should really talk about, at some point, um, getting day one figures. Is it worth it? You know?
Oh well, yeah, we can tap that into. So,
Mm,
like this guy, it just released, and I think Tim Cent already like marked it down to somewhat manageable, like
mm.
sideshow esque.
Price.
Typically, you won't get that, like, but and it's Spider Man.
Mhm.
And did you get this figure by the way?
No, I didn't. I
Oh,
I know I should have, but I don't know.
and this I don't know about you, but what do you? I think it's a really good figure. What do you think about this?
So I like the suit and everything. I feel like, see, like with the head sculpt, at first I was like, I don't know about the portrait. And I think I don't know if Mario's in the chat, but him and I were talking about it
Mhm.
off air. And I just felt like the portrait was soft. I don't know. It was like looked a little off a little bit. It's a good portrait. Don't get me wrong, but like I felt like some of the lighting and the some of the photographs didn't really do it justice.
Mhm.
Um,
In
but
fairness
there,
to Tom Holland, though, his face, I mean, he's a young guy, so he doesn't have any
mhm,
wrinkles or anything, and he's really pale.
mhm.
So it might be it, you know. So
Yeah, that might be it.
mhm.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm still a fan of like the old portraits for some reason.
Oh,
I don't
the
know.
one,
I wish there was a side by side comparison of like the old portraits to this one.
yeah,
Here, like it look. This one looks good
yeah,
right here, right? But then other, I don't know. I would say it's 90% there.
right.
I don't
I
know, but
mean,
how about you,
I
optical? I
love
know.
it. Even for the price, it's 250. You get two
Mhm.
head sculpts, tons of accessories. I mean, how many times can you say you get two head sculpts, A on a Hot Toys figure, and B for $250?
Wait, you get two?
Two heads, yeah. You got this and the helmet version.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
And then you can swap out the eyes, and you got the mini drone, and
Hmm.
all sorts of accessories. And
Hmm.
I see the argument where he's gonna have a third movie where you're gonna have a more classic suit instead of the, I don't know, is this black or is
Yeah, I
this
think it's black. I
dark
think it's black.
blue?
It might be like a dark blue, black
Yeah,
color. And I heard like, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna start off the next movie where with him trying to like hide, right? Like, and he's
right.
probably using the same suit.
Yeah,
So at least you have the suit lasting for like the second movie and a little bit of the third movie. So,
right.
um, but
And this is the thing too. Like, I mean, if you could wait 3 years, because we don't even know when the movie's gonna wrap up. Like if they're
mm,
shooting it right now, and then they're gonna edit it with COVID and all that stuff. Who knows when it's gonna be shown? 2 years from now, and then after it gets
I heard end of this year, man.
end of this year. Okay, so
Y-
let's
y-
just say it gets shown end of this year. Like Hot Toys. I mean, when did Far From Home wrapped? When was the movie? Was that a year ago or 2 years ago? Maybe
2 years ago, I
and
think.
this just came out. So at a
Yeah,
minimum, you're waiting for another 2 years to have a Spider-Man.
yeah.
I don't know if it's worth that wait. If you could, that's at worst, maybe you'd lose $50 if if you buy this and sell this at a right time. Obviously,
I
at a right.
just I just want to know, like, how come why does it take so long for Hot Toys to, I know I don't know if there's a rumor they were trying to make the production faster.
Mhm.
Um, but for me, like, if they're getting like the scans ahead of time, right? Like, like them from like, whatever, from the concept art, like whatever, why can't they start making it right away? Like, why do they have to wait for,
Yeah,
the movie to be released so that like once the movie is released, then you go, here you go. Here's,
right.
you know,
I don't know. It kind of takes away the hype for me, to be quite honest with you. Like, like if you watch the movie and then you kind of be like, oh man, I want this. Then if you gotta
I,
wait years, you'll be like,
yeah, look at Gamora, man.
yeah,
Dude, like who's excited for that figure? Like I'm
it's
pretty sure there are some
cool.
people who are like looking to complete it, but like so I shot that review, right? And I was putting it together and I remembered the jetpack from the Guardians of the Galaxy to
Mhm.
from the Star-Lord that I had before. And I'm like, I was putting it together and like it brought back memories of Star-Lord. And I'm like, dude, that figure I reviewed of Star-Lord was like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. It's almost like you need to watch the movie again because it was
Yeah.
long for you
But
to remember certain scenes.
yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. It's just I don't know. At least with Marvel, you need to release because with Star Wars, I feel like Star Wars is like fine wine. Like it just gets better as it ages. Like for example, the prequels. A lot of people didn't really like the prequels, but it aged pretty well, and now
Mhm.
they've grown to love it, right? Um, because of the Clone Wars and whatever that supplemented that trilogy. But with Marvel, it's good from the get go. But like like how many times can you go back and watch? I don't know. Like I can't really go watch like a Marvel movie like right off the bat, right? I just fast forward to the good scenes, like Iron Man 2. I fast forward to that scene where War Machine and Iron Man 2 are like just fighting in that park,
Yeah, with the
right?
back. Yeah.
The only movie that I could watch over and over again is Infinity War. Like
Infinity War is really good, and I would say Winter Soldier.
Yes,
Love
those are the two that how about maybe the first Iron Man? I don't know.
maybe
Infinity War?
yeah. Civil War. Civil War could
Oh,
be
Civil War, yeah. That's another one that I could watch. Like Ant-Man, I can watch that over again. Like, like I'm
yeah.
not like
You,
I'm
you,
like, all
you know,
right, that's cool.
this might be unpopular opinion, but like I know a lot of people like Ragnarok, but
Mhm.
I liked it. I don't know if I want to watch it twice. But
Yeah.
so
Yeah, but like for me, Infinity War, which is weird because like some of those Infinity War figures are not really, not
after more
really as popular, which is weird, right?
because
That's such a
they overproduced them. I
you
think
think so?
yeah, like the cap. It's such a
Mhm.
unique cap, but it lost its value. Kind of like the Mark 50. Mark 50 is a good armor. The problem is it's widely available. That's why
Mhm.
no one cares about it. Look at Mark 47 now. I don't see any posts that saying Mark 47 is a grail. Dude, imagine when it was not available. That's everyone's grail.
I know, right? What happened to that?
You don't see that post no more.
Yeah. And dude, I want 46. I
Yeah.
miss my 46. Like if they reissue 46 again, I don't think I'll sell it this time. Well,
You're
then
gonna
again.
yeah. 2 years after they reissue it and then it gets sold out and somebody's buying it to you again for the same amount, you'll probably sell it again.
It's the same guy.
Because he
It's like,
sold
shoot,
the
because
46.
he sold it like a while ago too. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this figure is nice. I can't wait to get it. I could. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it from Hong Kong.
Mhm.
But dude, look at this pose right here. It's
Yeah.
insane. Well,
That
this is from BG Toy Art though. But
I should just wait, right? Like, I should wait till it goes down in price, then I'll pick it up and then I'll review it. You know?
it might be going down because like Tim said, if we just want to base it off Tim Cent, it went down in price for Tim Cent. So yeah, I don't
Is
know.
it because they overproduced this one too?
It could be. It could be,
Uh,
or the
Because
fact like no one cares about like it came out like with Night Monkey. Night
Mhm,
Monkey is not really the most popular. I mean,
mhm,
aesthetic wise, it doesn't look good. It's just black. It's kind of boring. It doesn't have a
mhm.
head sculpt. But if you supplement it with this, that's why I bought it again. I not again, but that's why I bought it. I saw them put the head sculpt on. I guess that's why it came
Mhm.
with a clear, not clear, but skin tone neck peg, is to do this head sculpt to that Night Monkey. So, but yeah, you gotta while it's hot. That's what we're doing with Star Wars right now. Look at the Beskar Mando
Yeah.
released like 10 months early
Yeah.
because preparing for the season 2. I mean, you can't have both overlap in such short period of time because otherwise that will be obsolete before it even comes out. So,
I like this picture right here. This looks good. Like
dude,
the lighting on this one looks really good.
speaking of
Uh,
which, do you know BG Toy Art is like retiring a little bit from Hot Toys? Did you see his post?
Yeah. Wonder why.
Dude, I wonder how much pressure Hot Toys is putting on these guys. It looks like he
Yeah.
can make pictures. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is hard work, but we
Mhm.
take pictures too. So, but they're I don't know. Do you think they're getting paid? I think they are. They should be, right?
They should be. Like
They
I
should,
would say it would suck like, oh, here's the figure.
it's just
Like
a
would
figure.
you here's a figure early.
Yeah.
Like
I was like,
and
okay,
would you get to keep it? I guess you can keep it,
I'm
right?
sure we could keep it. Yeah. Like we work with some,
Mhm,
companies and here you go reviews, but no strings attached really.
mhm.
Um, I mean, I don't know about you. I work with some that, wanted this, like, hey, don't put it too close. Um, can you give me a shot of this? And as I guess if you're doing that, you sometimes that's why I stopped on some companies. Christmas. They got so many so many demands. And I'll be like, all right, dude, I can only make it look so good, like and I wonder if Hot Toys is doing the same thing with them. Kind of like, dude, I don't like the background. Can you revise it? You know,
Yeah.
to a certain degree, now maybe you're asking yourself, man, is it worth to get a free figure doing, let's say, 20 pictures and they're high quality? They're like,
Yeah, and then how many pictures is he really taking? Like 20 pictures is he's using, and he's probably like like editing it in Photoshop and playing around with the lighting. I mean,
yeah,
that's a lot of hard work.
that's
Like
a lot
it
of
should
work.
like he probably calculated it and goes, wait a minute, this figure is $200, and
Yeah.
I just spent like 200 hours editing these photos.
Hmm.
Like, or I'm over exaggerating. Probably like I spent like a week
You're
trying to
right.
edit these photos for $200.
Yeah.
He's like I could probably go to the like do a wedding shoot and make more.
And make more, right? Without somebody like breathing down my neck if I post something and they'll be like, "Yeah, you know what? Like the Tom Holland like neck, can you push it down a little bit more?"
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
sure that they could be anal like that. Maybe I don't know. I'm just guessing here.
There has to be something like where he just gave up, man. Like,
Right?
he thanked everyone, which is cool, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but I was gonna ask you, who's making all those prototype pictures? Like, you know,
Oh,
who's
like
doing?
this one.
Yeah.
So this one because before BG they used on Infinity War they used most of his
Mhm.
on Infinity War, like the Thor. I know he put it back there before.
Mhm.
This one, I'm guessing they have their own in-house photographer and just
Mm.
because like there's something about bloggers and influencer that kind of feels authentic and not in-house. Because obviously, when it comes in-house, you're gonna be like, well, they're gonna be biased because they did that there. But and we know that's still kind of like the case. But if you have like multiple, BG toy art and bloggers, you kind of feel more like I don't know, they're one of you guys,
Yeah.
even though not really, since they're those things.
Yeah.
Dude,
Buzz says I think Alex is quitting because it's too many figures lately. He even posted videos of how he does his shots and all the post production that is involved. That tells you how much workload that is. Oh, it's Buzz yeah.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, people think it's easy, Like even when we edit our videos, like sometimes I'm like, damn man, I gotta edit. Like, dude, I have like seriously like 8 videos on deck that I have to edit and like
dude,
chop it
Will is
up.
back from the prison.
What's good, dude?
Oh my gosh, where the hell did you come from?
Guys, I'm a certified criminal. Like I broke the law. I've told Optical PJ I didn't tell you about this yet. I've chosen a life of crime. Okay,
What the hell did you do,
dude? It's hard to explain, but I'm gonna explain it as quickly as I can. So here's what I did. Okay, and this for all the chat. I've just popped in. Now my camera's all messed up, but I'm gonna fix it. So basically, what happened, PJ? Okay, so we've been working on this Mando cosplay, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a rifle from Italy, a Mando prop rifle. It's a toy gun. The American government customs seized that shit. They were like, this is ours now. So they seized it and they said that this is a toy imitation gun, and they took it. So this was like a $500-$600 rifle. So it's not a real rifle. It's a toy. It's a prop replica. So it's gone. And now I got to try to fight it in like 30 days and see if that works. But if it doesn't, then, then it is what it is.
Oh
And I'll
my
just see what
gosh.
happens. But the seller has been really cool. He was saying he'll make me a new one. It'll be okay. But I don't know, man. If they ship it again, they might just seize that shit again and be like, hey, this is ours now. So
Can you can you have them dismantle it? Like, is it like shipped as a whole?
sorry, let me fix this. It was dismantled. So like it came in a couple parts, but they took it and they were like, supposedly you can't ship even toy guns. I don't know, like across the border. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the technicalities of it, but oh my gosh, dude, I would be so pissed.
So now they probably think I'm like a terrorist or something. So I think
my gosh,
I'm probably on the terrorist watch list.
What would be funny if you go to the customs and you go to their office and they all got Mando posters and you see
I'd be like, do you guys not watch the show? I mean, it's the biggest show in the world. I was like, what is going on here? So now I got to write them a letter and defend my case and stuff. And it was going to go to some justice attorney or something. I was like, well,
what the hell?
So it's going to be interesting, man. I'm going to try to get a replacement. Sorry, I just hijacked the stream, but here I am. So,
well, welcome. And
Yeah,
I'm so
wow.
sorry about like what's going on, man. I hope everything works out, man, because I'll be really pissed off with that.
dude, just be careful. FBI might like knock on your door and shit, man. Just kick down the door.
They may, man. Next step is the FBI coming in. So if they start breaking in this door right behind me, you guys know why that is. So it was the rifle.
Did you buy this Mando rifle?
Dude,
How dare you?
It could have just been someone who like saw it at customs. They were like, "I'm working on a Mando cosplay. I really need this."
Yeah, no, it's
I would
probably
like
is.
to have this.
It probably is, and the
Yeah.
guys are like, "Oh yeah, let's just keep it." You know,
Right.
yeah. Especially like, come on, Mando is like a popular show, and they saw that thing. They're like, "Yeah, we're seizing this." You know,
I'm knocking my camera. Okay, there we go.
I'm telling you, once you go to that office, you'll see your gun like hanging.
Hanging on the wall. Yeah,
I was like, what do you mean?
It
like-
came, but yeah, it came in different parts. It like assembles and everything, but they were just like, nah, it's a toy gun. It even lists, it says toy gun on it, like on the letter. And I was like, if it's a toy, why can't I have it? But like, they said they want it.
You know what? Maybe he should have put like an orange tip, because that's what we used to do for like.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I don't know if that would be.
yeah.
I don't know. But
When I
maybe.
used to play airsoft, and this is when airsoft first started, right? Like it was such a hard. You couldn't find an airsoft gun anywhere in the United States, and the best way to get one was through in Japan, through a company called Tokyo Marui.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Tokyo Marui was one of the best like airsoft guns out there, because they used like metal parts and it felt like a real gun. So I had to have I bought one from them and I had it shipped over here, and they shipped it with it. It was scary, dude. Like, because it was like a toy gun, and it looked like a real gun. And dude, I was just praying that like customs doesn't seize it. But Tokyo Marui, they painted one of the barrels, like the end of the barrel, orange, so you could screw it off, and then you could just like replace it, or you spray paint it yourself, and then
Well, see, with the Mando rifle, dude, it doesn't even have a barrel on it. Like, it's just like it has like the silver tips or whatever. I don't know what those are called, but like it doesn't even have it has like a scope, but it doesn't have a barrel to even shoot anything through. So I don't know. I don't know. It does have a chamber though, so it does have like an active chamber. But anyway.
So they probably. Yeah, I would have tried. I would have told the guy to ship it like and make it like the tuning fork,
right?
Like wrap it in orange like tape or something, just to make it look like, I don't know. That's just I'm so sorry, man.
But it's all right, man. The seller's been cool. He's already making me another one, but I'm just worried you're gonna ship it to me and it's gonna get seized again. So like that's what I'm worried about. But
I tell him to put something around the tip or something, like like
that's how I didn't even think of that optical till you were saying that.
You dirty mind, optical. You dirty mind.
You got a criminal and a dirty mind. This stream is gone. It's demonetized.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I gave up on monetization a while back. So.
I turned it off right as soon as we went live.
Asmus is probably reporting this video right now.
Really, just because we talked about Star Ace and
you mean the GOAT Star Ace?
He commented on one of my videos. It was like, Asmus is the Michael Jordan of one.
I just want to see if you'd see it or what you said.
I was just like, it's a toss up between them and Star Ace.
Yeah. And then what did we say in my live stream, Will, about Star Ace? Like, what figure we didn't want them to make?
Oh, the boys. The
boys. Yeah.
How dare you guys? How dare you?
How dare you trash talk the GOAT? We did.
True, man.
Dude, like I couldn't even pull up those any pictures from, because I was like, I was gonna pull up some pictures of their products on from their website, and I started to click on one, and I said, I can't do this, man.
Right.
Dude, can you imagine? This is how important Hot Toys is. You take away Hot Toys, right? You take away Hot Toys. This is our selection. We got Sideshow.
Right.
Yeah.
Hit or miss.
And Star Ace. That will be like at least licensed ones. Maybe 3-0. Okay, you put 3-0 in there. Maybe there's a little bit of hope.
3-0 would definitely be number one.
That will be our selection. You're gonna be, hey man, did you pick up that new Asmus that we got? It's like, cool, good.
Yeah, we don't appreciate Hot Toys enough sometimes because the collecting game would be not nearly as good without them for 1.6. So
yeah.
It would be
and they know that. I think Hot Toys knows that.
That's why they're priced as what they are right now. But,
they know they're the Michael Jordan. Yeah, they know.
I should.
I just wish that they would just. I don't know. I just wish that we didn't have to wait so long. to get get those figures. It's like, you like
Ooh.
for example, for this, right? Like you wait almost a year, depending on
Yeah.
how fast they release this piece, right? You wait almost a year or a year, and then they finally show the final production pictures, right? And you're like, yeah, it's coming. Wait, it's 3 months from now. And dude, that's why like those, day one resellers are like making so much money, because people, we just don't, it's like we're impatient collectors.
Right. Maybe if Hot Toys controlled their own distribution eventually, you know what I mean? Where like maybe they didn't need Sideshow and they were just like, you buy it directly from them and they ship it to you.
Dude, if any, I think they signed their life away with that contract, whatever that contract is. I wish I could see it.
It must be like a lifetime agreement or something.
Must be like a forever.
Right.
Like, because seriously, I think Hot Toys could have like really distribute their own products a long time ago.
Right.
I mean, firstborn to Sideshow to
yeah, they probably sold their. I mean, granted, I think it's easy for them to do it this way because it's a guaranteed sell.
Right.
They don't have to worry about shipping it to people, and they don't have to worry about returns and exchanges, and Sideshow is taking that workload off of them.
In fairness, imagine if Hot Toys does that. They're terrible customer service. I don't know if you guys have tried contacting Hot Toys, but
I've never have, no, but I can imagine.
Yeah, I actually had one incident where I had to get like a replacement gun for like a Star Wars figure, right? And I reached out to my reseller, and I said, "Hey man, this came broken." And he was like, "Okay, ship it." He goes, "Ship it back to me, right? So I could go to Secret Base and give it to them and get you a new one." And dude, that whole process took like no joke, like 2 months.
Try to do that with Amazon. If we're talking about like a small gun right here. Like with Amazon, you say, "Hey man, this thing was like, I'm gonna return." Don't even return it. Just keep it. We'll send you a new one.
Amazon is the goat of returns. Like they are.
Yeah, and that's why, dude. Like, I was thinking about changing my channel to freaking like, ever see those those YouTube channels where they just buy like pallets and they just like, like it's all returns.
Yeah.
The what do you call it? Like they buy in bulk or something, like returns.
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, I just bought like $10,000 worth of returns, and it's like, dude, like some of the returns are ridiculous. Like some people will be like, "Oh, there's a scratch on my laptop," right? And then Amazon was like, "Okay, return it, and we'll, give you your money back." And it's like a brand new laptop. It works fine. It just has like a little scratch,
right?
And dude, like you're like, what the hell? People are just Amazon's just like, they didn't care. They got the money for it.
They're legit with their customer service for sure. But it's like Sideshow is really good too. I mean, that's why we probably don't appreciate them enough in terms of returns and exchanges. They've been super awesome. Anytime I've had an issue, they just are like, like destroy it usually, which I always feel terrible about.
Yeah.
But destroy it. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've had to destroy like a Thanos Iron Studios head and stuff. And I was like, man, this doesn't feel good. I was like, I don't like it. So,
well, for me, I don't know. There's some instances where I'm like, they're like, "I'll return the whole statue." I'm like, do you understand how hard it was to unpack this thing?
Yeah.
Can you
just tell them, it's like, I just want the head or something.
No, I told them, and then they gave me some excuse like, "Oh, each part is specific to each body in the statue." And
Right.
I'm like, do you understand? If I return this, I'm not gonna. You're gonna keep it. Like, I don't want it anymore. Like, because that happened with me and with my Death Trooper statue, right? Where the Death Trooper it's all black, right? So if there's a little nick, you could notice it from like a mile away. Right. And I was gonna let it go, but I just kept noticing it because it's there.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it's just the lower half. I'm pretty sure Sideshow could just send me like the legs, right? Because it's in two pieces. So I was like, hey, Sideshow, like, can you just give me a replacement? No, they're like, nope. Can you return the whole thing and then we'll give you an exchange? I'm like, you want me to pack this thing up? And if you watch my review on that Death Trooper statue premium format, dude, I was sweating because of all the freaking grenades that I had to put on. I had to put this. It was so annoying. It was so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So He's like, "You want me to?" I was like, "Why can't you just send me the freaking legs? Just put it in the box and send it to me." Like,
Were you
and
sending the email in all caps again?
Yeah, do that.
Yelling.
Do that.
Yeah.
That'll work.
I'm not yelling. I just like to. I'm
My caps lock is automatically on all the time.
The caps lock is
It's broken.
key
It's
is
stuck
broken.
in place.
Stuck in place.
Yeah.
But like, I was just like, "Are you kidding me? You want?" I was like, I was so pissed, and I packaged everything back up, and it took forever, and I just returned it. And yeah, it was just really. I wish they didn't do that.
Right.
Just because it's such a dude, like, because you have to return the whole thing. I live in New Jersey, so it takes about a week for them to receive it, and then it takes another week and a half to a couple days for them to process it, and then send me a new one, which is another week. So I'm out of a statue for 2 weeks. Like I waited like a year for this thing, and then now I gotta wait 2 more weeks.
Dude,
Yeah.
I did one on my Mark 85. I got it from Sideshow because I pre-ordered it like maybe 3 years ago. So Mark 85, for those who has it or not, it's kind of like one of those figures where you're like, hey, it's cool, but I don't know. So I was just like, all right. So my arc reactor was kind of like, going on and off. Like when you tap it, it goes off. So I was just like, all right, I kind of want to get apart just the torso, but I don't want to rescind the entire figure. And then one of my hands too is like kind of wobbly on the. And I was like, I'm gonna email them about these 2 items. I'm gonna tell them I don't want to ship my figure. Just send me. I mean, who's gonna send me a torso, right? The entire torso with the arc reactor. I was just like, and if they want me to return it, then I'll return it because I don't even like 85 that much.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, so I was just like, all right, write them down. I was like, you know what? I don't really want to return it. So if you, and it was like, no, we'll send you the torso and the hand and the helmet. I was like, God damn it!
Wow, that's legit though.
Peace. And I was just like, all right, I guess we're meant for each other then.
Sounds about right. And dude, isn't that like, sorry to hijack, but here we are. Like, this is like, I feel like that's the most deflating thing as a collector, because it's happened to me. Like, I've been so excited, like PJ said, waiting years to get a piece. You open it, something's wrong with it, and you're like, oh my God, that's the most like deflating thing. Like, it's I have like PTSD over it. I feel like it's like opening things and you're like, especially like a Prime 1 or something, like you open it and you're like, oh my God, there's a big ass scratch on it or something.
Yeah, that's one thing with me and like some of the Mythos statues. Like, I was praying. I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm staring at every little piece to make sure everything is good. Yeah, it's just it really is deflating, especially when you wait that long, and these are expensive figures, so we really wish that.
That happened to me when I opened my Aragorn. I was just like,
you just looked at it.
I ordered an Asmus. God,
you knew something was terribly wrong.
It's like there's a big scratch, but
the whole figure just looks not that great.
$300. What did I do,
dude? I don't think that's going to be the case with Gandalf though. So I think Asmus is going to come through. We'll see though.
Somebody mentioned something here that the eyes were kind of deep with Gandalf.
I think that was me. I mentioned on a different stream. So maybe PJ's. Okay. I said the eyes look like gray. They look like kind of dark.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
You mentioned here in the chat as well, like the eyes is kind of deep and all that stuff. So
yeah, I think I saw like someone unboxed it in like another group or something, and then like the eyes were like they look like I don't know, like they look deep and they're dark. So I don't know if it's the lighting or I don't know the way it's set up.
Deep and dark. Yeah. So
yeah.
Just like what you're gonna get the feeling when you open it up. Dude, I'm sure you're not gonna get it from this figure. Will, I saw your preview in this. You got a pretty interesting take on this one. Where
am I bold? You think?
Hey man, you made a compelling argument about single pack. I do like the take because initially you would be like, okay, it doesn't make sense to get the single pack, right? Like,
right.
I mean, how else are you gonna get the head sculpt? But let's say, because I mean, for those who hasn't seen it, we'll break it down for us.
Okay, let me break it down for y'all right here. I'm gonna break it down drop some serious knowledge on you guys.
There you go.
Here's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking that this is really complicated, so stay with me on this one. That the price is double basically, right? For a figure that I don't really want. So like I don't really care. Like the head sculpt looks great, right? So but for me, like they've already teased Bo-Katan. Like for me, I could literally take that money, get this Boba Fett and pretty much get Bo-Katan for the same price that I would pay for getting Boba Fett and Boba Fett. Like, why would I not do that? Like, I don't really like, I think the sculpt is like literally one of the best sculpts I've ever seen from a figure. But like, to me, I don't really care about Boba in the robe. I think most people do, but I'm not willing to pay another $250 for that. Like, I think that's not a figure. Like, if that were a solo figure, it's not a figure I would be interested in buying. I am interested in getting this Boba though with this look, because I think it is unique and it's a really cool weathered look. But like I said, I could just take that money and use it and buy Bo-Katan and put her with Bo-Katan or Mando, for example. I could buy another Mando if I wanted with that money instead of buying 2 Boba Fett's that I don't really feel like I need. So for me, I think it looks fantastic, the robed version, but it's not. I don't know. It doesn't really pop to me. Besides the sculpt, the sculpt is incredible. I get that, but the rest of the figure is just a black robe. I don't know. I like Boba Fett like this. This is how I see Boba Fett. So that's me.
Okay, so
Will,
so can you kick? Are you kicking me now?
No, I was gonna say Will is like the angel and I'm the devil. So basically, I agree with Will to a certain extent, but I'm a Boba Fett fanatic. So
yeah.
I suggest the deluxe.
Yeah, right. The deluxe will hold its value better too.
I know. But I see your point though. You make actually a really, really great point about, especially if you're like, well, I like Boba Fett, but I liked him better with the armor, not with the robe.
Like, that looks sick. That picture, that is sick.
Yeah. Oh, I want this so bad.
Right, but the robe version, I mean, the sculpt is incredible, PJ. I completely agree. But I think what I really want out of this figure is literally what I'm seeing right now on screen. That's what I want.
Yeah, and I said in my live stream, I was trying to promote one of the resellers that I work with, because he had it for a good price for like $480 $480, and then you can use my code is like another 5% off. But see, here's the thing: what people don't realize about day one pre-ordering. So for Hong Kong, you're only allowed one pre-order per person. So usually, like someone like maybe a Tim Cent or maybe Toys Wonderland, they employ their families,
right?
So they have like everybody in their friends and family that go.
PJ, don't just don't sugarcoat it. We have some child laborers going on.
Child labor.
I have like 10 kids going to line up.
Hot Toys does not care how old you are when you buy it. They're like, okay, you got the money? Hand it over.
How do you think they make those tiny accessories with tiny hands?
There you go. That's just math right there. That's science and math logic.
There you go. But like, it's basically so that's the thing is like, for me it's like people are wondering, it's like, oh my gosh, why did the price go up from $480 to like now it's going like for $540? Like that's not, or something like that. Well, you have to think about it now. Like, he sold out of all the pre-orders that he had, that he used, like he used like his friends and family with, right? All those are sold out. Now he has to go to another, like to Will. He has to go to Will, who probably has like extra pre-orders that he's like, oh, you want it? Well, here's the price. Like, I want a cut, and maybe I'll give you a little bit of a cut.
Right.
So that's how the day one pre-ordering game works. I really want to do a video on that at some point.
You should, man. You were filling me in about it, and it was super insightful. Like, you just got to pre-order ASAP. Like, literally right when he posted, you got to pre-order.
Yeah, because I had a couple people hit me up. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use your code, like whatever. And next thing you know, they're like, oh, it's really high in price now. And I'm like, well, because you only had like a certain amount of pre-orders. I just don't like this whole game. It's a whole Will and Optical. You guys know it's like, with this whole game of trying to get the day one pre-order. It's so hard, man. I just really wish that Hot Toys just distributes it like themselves so that we could get it like pretty quickly. Like Asmus, right? Like they could distribute themselves, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then
can you imagine, dude, imagine if that happens. I mean, there's still going to be people like, Justin and others because there's always going to be an advantage, right? Because it's always going to come from still Hong Kong.
Mm.
And it's a matter of who's gonna, I guess that would eliminate that as well, maybe, because if they offer different types of
who pays for DHL and who doesn't.
Yeah, and who doesn't. So I guess that would eliminate that. And I guess that would be, works well for us who's doing YouTube.
But it would eliminate the rat race. Yeah.
That would exactly, that would eliminate that. Would it be beneficial for the rest of the masses though? Because especially if you have to deal with, I mean, let's be honest, Hot Toys is a lot of issues. And if we consistently do that, where you have to ship a gun just to get a gun that lights up, I mean,
right. Like if we had to ship it to Hong Kong too,
right,
like California, that's right. That would be, yeah.
I mean, I for that as a YouTuber, I suppose, if you want to call it that way, but
yeah, because you know what? One thing here is, okay, for example, Iron Studios, right? So they have a store inside of FAO Schwartz. Again, it's just weird with this whole sideshow and distribution of like these high-end collectibles, right? So I'm wondering, does Iron Studios, they could have opened up their own store, but did they have to open up inside FAO Schwartz because it's like a like a little loophole or like a little workaround with not what I'm saying? Like they're not really like a standalone store, so Sideshow could be like, oh wait, we're not going to distribute your products anymore. Like they're like a little store within a store.
Yeah.
It's weird. I feel like Sideshow. I do like Sideshow. I do love like their customer service. I do love their employees there. Yeah. But sometimes I just feel like some of their business practices is just so, I don't know, it like holds the market down, because I'm looking at Hot Toys with their pop-up stores, and I'm looking at Iron Studios with their pop-up stores. I'm looking at Asmus, or Star. But anyway, with Hot Toys 3-0, their pop-up stores, and I'm like, oh, why can't they have those kind of pop-up stores here in America? Why can't we? Why is there a DJI store? And DJI store is in DJI is based out of is it Hong Kong?
China,
right? So China.
But I like what DJI, by the way.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Oh, did they tease something, by the way? So
yeah, I heard. The Mavic 2 Pro, side note, it looks really cool. So,
okay. Have you guys bought any drones? Side note here. Have you guys bought any?
No,
I haven't. No, PJ got us on a.
Please don't. That is the most useless things that I bought in my life. I have I have the Mavic Air 2. I've probably used it twice.
Really?
You're so scared.
Is the small one?
Yeah, it's a small one. You're so scared.
You need the Pro, dude. That's why.
Hey, man, I'm used to flying things and from above. But
I will say, PJ, sorry to interject in this one, but and I don't know how you guys feel about this. Maybe I'm just like ignorant on this. I'm a little frustrated with Iron Studios right now. So for something really small, yeah. So I'm gonna voice a little bit.
We're just
just throwing out the drama.
This is therapy session.
Yeah, this is therapy session. Okay, so you know how I have their 1/10 scale Black Order on pre-order, right? So here's the deal. I paid for Proxima Midnight Ebony Mall. They were ready to ship like 3 weeks ago. They said in the email, they're like, okay, you're gonna pay this. We'll ship it out within 3 weeks, right? So like I've seen other people getting theirs. They've shipped out to some people, but I pre-ordered mine way back and I paid. They already told me it was going to ship. So like then I went and checked. I was like, all right, well let's just see. Like, and Sideshow has them in stock. But I bought directly from Iron Studios and like way back, and I paid 3 weeks ago, and they still have not shipped me mine. But they shipped their batch to Sideshow. Like to me, like I'm a direct customer. I bought directly from you. What's the incentive to buy from you if I could literally cancel my order and go to Sideshow and get it and ship to me tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm getting frustrated because I'm like, and I asked them that. I was like, look, I'm not trying to cause trouble, but is it normal for you to ship batches to retailers before you shipped it to direct customers? I was like, they didn't answer me. Like, so like the guy messaged me back originally and he was like, yeah, like we said it was shipped in 3 weeks. It's going to. And I was like, hey, like Sideshow has them in stock though. I'm just a little bit confused why you haven't shipped me mine, but you shipped them to Sideshow and they're shipping theirs out. Like to people who can just buy them without pre-ordering. So I was like, that seems a little weird, isn't it? Because like I bought from you, why is it taking so long for you to ship it? I was like, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just ignorant on that topic, but I just feel like it's weird for a company to sell directly to a customer and then
I-
ship it to a retailer instead first. You know what I mean?
yeah, I'm with you. Like, because it's again, why exactly what you said, like, why is there, what's the incentive of buying from you, where
Right.
I could just buy from Sideshow, get like better customer service in terms of returns and exchanges, and I could get my figure pretty quickly, as opposed to like going through you and then waiting 3 weeks to get mine. Like,
Right.
what's
I
up
would
with
have
that?
got it more quickly if I bought it from Sideshow instead of buying
Almost
directly
like they
from the
don't want to do
seller.
it themselves. Like it's almost like they don't want to take care of you and let somebody else take care of you.
Right. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, in the future, I'll just buy it from Sideshow. Like, I mean, that's what I told him. I was like, look, I just don't understand why this is the case. But anyway, I don't mean to vent, but like, I'm just confused if that's normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
and that's where going back to my rant about Sideshow, do they really have that stronghold over the market where they can really control, when they get their products and who gets their products, and is it like really that crazy?
It seems like it, man.
It seems like it, right? Like with Hot Toys, like, oh my gosh, like, dude, like the amount of money people are to get day one.
right.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
It is a problem because I notice it because with like, say if I go on Toys Wonderland when it announces, right, or releases, like say this Boba Fett figure gets released on day one, dude, like I would see the prices go up in price to like $700-800, say for like this deluxe set. I'm like, $800? Are they kidding me? Who's gonna
Plus
buy
shipping.
that?
Plus shipping.
Plus
yeah.
shipping. Plus shipping.
You're adding another $50 at least, probably.
At least $50, right? So I'm like, who the hell's gonna buy that?
Yeah.
Bomb, gone,
people.
sold out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I was Hot Toys and I was looking at this,
Right.
I would be like, yo, why can't we just open it up, right? Our own like distributions warehouse in the United States or somewhere, and distribute ourselves. We'll charge a little extra because people want their figures right away. So we can charge them a little extra, and they're gonna pay the extra $20 to get the figures day one.
Right.
Because they're willing to pay.
I would.
Yeah, I would too. And because they're willing to pay extra $300 to get like a figure shipped to them right away, so they don't have to wait 3 months. That's crazy.
The question with that though is that outside of all those $800, is that all United States customers though? Because if they're only going to open in United States, then how about the people in, let's say, like Justin in Australia? Are they? Does it apply the same way now? Because they don't have a distribution in Australia, so it's still coming from Hong Kong, right? Now, I always said this: like, if you're ordering from Toys Wonderland, it only makes sense if you're outside the United States because you have no other option. Maybe your option is like the local comic shop that you do have, and that's hit or miss too. But if you're in the United States where you have Big Bad, Sideshow, it's just a matter of waiting. You will get it, just not right away.
Right.
The question, I guess this is where our topic comes in, which is the passion versus, what do you call that? Practicality. Is that when is it like passion? For example, this boba that we're talking about, or the day one.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're passionate about a figure, but when does practicality kick in? Where you're gonna be like, all right, when do I pay a premium to get a day one from Toys Wonderland? If you know that there's still a chance, like all it takes is 3 months, right? So that boba is going to be boba in 3 months. It's just a matter of you having it now versus having it 3 months from now.
Right.
Where is that justifiable? Like in what we do, like for us, we're a bit of an exception because we do YouTube. But let's just say we don't do YouTube, where we don't really, I guess, what do you call it? We don't benefit from having it day one. Would you still do it?
That's a good question.
Well, I'll probably do it for some figures, not all figures. And right now, even me, before I was getting a lot of day one figures, pretty much almost all the figures that got released. But it was for me, I started honing down on my focus a little bit more, especially with my channel, because dude, it's a lot. Sometimes like I can't get those pretty good price on those day one figures. Like my distributor, my reseller, just can't do anything. He has to go outside of his little family and friends, and he has to reach out to somebody because he sold out of his pre-orders, right? And I just can't buy. I just can't do it. Sometimes it's like, some figures I won't get right away. Like Iron Man figures back then, I would wait until like the hype dies down because because when Marvel was at the top of the game, dude, an Iron Man figure releases, that $400 Iron Man figure is guaranteed going to be 800 day one, and it's sold out. And I usually I can't get them. So kudos to those YouTubers that pay that much amount of money to get that day one, and that's the truth. There's seriously, they're most likely overpaying to review that figure to get it day one. I don't know about Justin. I'm pretty sure he has some sort of deal with Toys Wonderland where maybe he gets it for a stock price.
Right.
But again, if I wasn't doing the YouTube thing, some figures like that Bulba, I would definitely try to get that day one, just because you don't want to be like looking at YouTube or seeing pictures on Facebook groups, and then you're like, oh wow, they got it. I gotta wait like that's just me. I gotta wait like 3 months, and then by the time you get it, you're like, it's cool, but I kind of wish I had it day one.
So, like for me, yeah, that's a really good question, Optical. That's a pretty close answer to PJ to where I'm at. Like I do it with very few select figures. Like for me, it really comes down to deal shopping. Like I'm very much a deal seeker. So like if I love to shop around. So like for example, like I have an order in for first batch, the Rise of Skywalker Kylo Ren from Tim Sent, right? I got that for $258 shipped. So like that's less than I would pay from Sideshow, and that's first batch. So like so that's a situation where I love Kylo Ren, and I would absolutely jump all over that, because like for me, like that's like less than I would pay from Sideshow anyway, and I get it day one. So like, and it's Kylo, so like there are some characters I'll do that with because I know I'll get a good deal. Like I would do it for like a Pennywise or a Loki or something like that. So like something like that, I would really pay day one prices for. But generally speaking, yeah, I don't do it just because I don't like in the US, like Optical said, like you're gonna get it. You're gonna have plenty of options. So like for me, like if I wasn't doing YouTube, like the only reason I would really get a day one figure that I wasn't like super psyched about is either the price or to review it early. That'd be it. So like if I wasn't doing YouTube, I mean, there's so much coming out. That's the problem. There's so many things coming out in between that, like, if I don't have like Loki right that second, like I'll be okay. Like, I mean, it's like, of course I'll see pictures and be like, man, I kind of wish I had that. But like, shit, another figure will show up like next week and you'll be like, I'm really excited I got this one. So it's like, it's not the end of the world. But for me, it's all about price shopping and who the character is, like you said, PJ. So like, like Boba Fett, for example, I love Boba Fett, but he's not a character that I would get first day. You know what I mean? Unless I got a really good price. Like, for example, there are some good resellers who have the standard version for like basically day one, basically what you would pay from Sideshow shipped. And I'm like, that's a deal where I'd probably take that. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm going to pay that anyway. So like, I might as well get day one. Like, that's something I'll probably end up jumping on, to be honest. But otherwise, nah, it's got to be someone I really, really love as a character, and it's got to be a good deal. Like slightly above what I'd pay for Sideshow. Like sometimes it'll be like $20 more. Like, and that's like, all right, I'll take that. If it's Loki or something, I'll do it.
Yeah, we went to this precedence, and let's be honest, this is because of Justin. When Justin started pumping out the first day releases, like YouTubers, even the one who is in the States, thought, and it is the blueprint. If you want to get more views, you want to be the first one.
Right.
But I don't know how easy or hard it is for these guys to do reviews. You know what, PJ? It takes a while if you want some quality reviews, unless you want to throw it in a what do you call that? The light box and started shooting. And if you want some quality reviews, you gotta play with it around. See the articulation, see what kind of flaws it does have. You can't just have it, shoot it within 7 hours. You will knew it with 4K. It takes time to marinate and YouTube to do that. But no, what Justin did was kind of, set the blueprint. Now everyone followed it. But the one thing that he kind of like bamboozled all the YouTubers is that he doesn't have an option. He lives in Australia. So it makes sense. He's going to get it from Hong Kong anyway. Now the other YouTubers kind of like, oh man, even though we do have options, like, oh man, I got to do that. So now it serves dual purpose for Justin. I mean, I'm going to get it from Hong Kong anyway, and it's faster.
Right.
So
it's a win-win.
It benefits him twice. Now, there's people in Hong Kong like Jenkin, I believe. I forgot his name. He's
Jenkin Wong.
Jenkin Wong.
Yeah, and then MRC. I mean, they live there, so it's
Right.
just,
Those guys do good work. They do good work. Yeah.
yeah.
And MRC, like literally, what he does, he goes, picks up his
After work.
after he gets out of work, he goes to secret base. He picks up his figure. He goes and has like a nice, because he has to be Filipino.
Oh,
He's Filipino. I could tell.
Yeah,
You can just spot it.
yeah.
Oh, when
he said it was 250 instead of 250. Yeah,
yeah,
he has no F. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have.
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
Good to know.
like Will. Now, your Will Foxification, right?
Yeah.
Now replace the F with a P. Now sound out your whole name.
Will Poxification.
There you go.
There you go. Now you're Filipino.
There you go. Congratulations.
I'm Filipino. I didn't even know it.
Yeah,
Like,
now-
what the hell?
Now for me, okay. So we're gonna play this game. So
Okay.
Will, now turn my P's, like PJ the Paradox Nerd, turn those P's to F's and sound out my
So Fiji the Paradox Nerd. Am I Filipino?
Yeah, you're Filipino.
Yes.
Well, no,
man.
you're not supposed to say Filipino. Now you're supposed to replace the F's with a P.
With a
So
P.
now you're
just
Filipino.
transpose it. Yeah.
What am I?
So replace the F with a P.
Okay, so I'm Filipino.
No, with the Filipino with the F.
Okay.
So replace the F with a P.
So
And sound.
I'm not sure I can say that properly because I feel like it sounds the same. Like Filipino, like I feel like the F and the P would be the same. Like the first letter you're saying, replace that with an F.
No, replace so it's Filipino, Filipino, right? So replace the F with a P.
Okay, so I still feel like I would say Filipino.
No, it would be Filipino.
Filipino?
Yeah, because you're replacing.
Okay. Because maybe I was misspelling it because I was thinking there was an H in there. So I was thinking there was an H.
Oh yeah, that's Philippines. Yeah,
Right. I was thinking there was like an H in there, like an FH or something. Like I just can't spell. I can't spell for shit, obviously. So that's what it was. That's why I was confused. I couldn't follow directions.
Now, so basically, that's how we know MRC.
Okay. Well, it's good now I'm Filipino, so that better show up on my ancestry because it's been confirmed by you two. So
yeah. It's instead of optical. 20.
Dude, Kev's right there. I can't even think right now.
Replace
we're so demonetized, even though we're Filipino. It's like we should be racist
Okay.
against Asians, right, PJ?
We can't be racist against our own.
Yes, you can.
You
get
right? Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I'm white. I'm white, so I don't know how that works.
Category, you can say nasty things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this.
So
Everything
are
like there.
we're setting the ground rules for our own races now.
Yeah. So with the V, you're supposed to replace the V with a B, and that's how we talk.
Oh.
So say
use letters. Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't have those letters technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say very, right? Very. Now replace.
You say Barry.
Oh, there you go. You're Bill.
You would say, good. Or say if someone's name was Victor, you would call them Victor.
Oh,
Dude,
there you go.
give his card.
Give me the Filipino card. I'm official.
Give him the card.
Now you have to eat balut, and you're officially.
I don't even know what that is, so I'm gonna have to learn. You guys are gonna have to teach me how to be Filipino.
Wait, didn't they use that on Fear Factor, PJ?
They used it in Fear Factor.
We eat that on Sunday afternoon, so I don't know why they use it on Fear
Sunday
Factor.
morning for me. That's good.
Fear Factor with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
To gag people out, and we were just like, dude, I put salt in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know that much food. I know white people things. I don't know what we eat though. We just eat fucking anything. Anything. We'll just be turkey sandwich. That's all we have. Cheeseburger.
Yeah.
We don't have any specialties.
I was gonna say we went off on a tangent here.
Yeah, I don't even know what we were talking about. I don't know. Honestly.
This is totally different from what. Okay, so let's go back to.
This is my effect on the stream. I'd like to take
All right.
credit for this.
So I think we all agree that like buying from Hong Kong has its downside. Especially if you're not reviewing, right? Like it doesn't make sense,
Right.
wise. And it's funny because I always talk about this, and when I listened to After Dark, they were talking about, is it Dogecoin or Dogecoin? What do you call that? Like cryptocurrency. And they were like, they keep on saying, like it was hot for a little bit, when GameStop.
Bitcoin?
Not
No.
Bitcoin. I think it's Dogecoin or Dogecoin.
Oh, I don't know.
Whatever.
Bitcoin's crazy right now.
Yeah. Then they're like, they keep on, putting a disclosure. We're not, financial advisors, and don't
Right.
take, advice from us. And it hurts me because I work in finance.
Oh, okay.
And so far, I made some poor financial choices. By that, I mean like buying more stuffs than I should. Because this January, all of a sudden, Big Bad has Alita in Solo Deluxe. So I was just like, out of the blue, retail. Not any plan. So I was just like, damn, I really want Alita. And I was texting PJ. I was like, dude, how do you like that Solo? I was like, it's pretty cool. Bought both of them. Just like $500, right? And might seem low to some people, especially if you buy 2 Rancors. But
3 Jokers. 3 Jokers.
and 3 Jokers. So I was just like, oh man, I just overspent this January, whatever. And then 85 came out. It's like, God damn it. So that's like $1,000 on Hot Toys, right? It hurts. Still all right. Second month, February, I was like, all right, you know what? This is a bad month. I should be smarter than this. Nope. Yep. I bought Night Monkey and Qui-Gon, right? So now I'm up to 5, and we're only in the second month. Again, that's only like what? Like in the grand scheme of things, that's 1 Rancor, right? So that's 1,500.
That's where the bar is, 1 Rancor.
Oh wow, you guys are using me as the
you're like
you're the bar, PJ.
I was talking to Will earlier. I was just like, dude, this topic is great. We're talking about a guy who bought 3 Jokers and 2 Rancors.
You're preaching to the choir, okay?
So I was like, so have you guys felt about that? Sometimes you bought too much, and again, this might not be too much to some people, and you look in the mirror, it's like, you're an idiot. And
Yep.
That's what I said. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? And that's the reason why it's like, like as much as I want to keep up with the YouTube thing, like I'm trying to like pay off like my all these like,
your life.
Yeah, basically, because you know what it is too. Like I don't touch like whatever I have my regular funds, like my whatever my salary is. That goes to the family, goes to the house, and everything like that, vacation, all that. And then I work extra hours to fund my collection. So obviously, I have been kind of slacking with the reviews recently because I've been working too hard. I've been working too hard.
You got to pay for 2 Rancors somehow. So
well, one of them's paid off because I was serious.
Yeah.
I paid off the Regal Robot Rancor right away just because I was already getting annoyed with the payment. And I was just like, listen, I think I sold one of my statues, and I'm like, I'm paying this thing off. Like I don't want to see this payment ever again.
Yep.
This payment plan ever again. But like, I just, for me, it's like, with the Rancors, like with Star Wars, like I'm very passionate about Star Wars. So that's those pieces like I'm probably gonna keep for forever.
Right.
And there's like, and they're worth it. Like, the 3 Jokers, I might sell this one at some point. The
PlayStation version. I thought the same. You and I talked about this. Remember, we're both kind of like, but we both love it. That's the problem.
I love it. I just love it so much. But I have a feeling it's like, when I get the J&D Studios in, I'm gonna be like, well, I don't need like a shrine of Heath Ledger Jokers. Like, as much as I love that Joker, I don't love him that much to have like a freaking shrine. Mm-hmm. So maybe I might sell the Heath Ledger. Sitting
one
on
thing I do to balance that out to make yourself feel better is to put them in different parts of the collection room. So the optical knows, because like you guys know, I bought duplicates of the same figures before, but I put them in different rooms. So then when people tour, they're like, oh yeah, like they just forget that they had seen that somewhere else. And so do I when I'm looking at it. So like, you just, instead of having a shrine, you put them in different places, and then you can make yourself sleep better at night, because then you don't have to worry about all the money.
Then you wake up and you're like, shoot,
Right.
That didn't help.
See, you wake up and you're like, man, I
That
still
just-
have a Joker. I have a Joker shrine that's now spread out throughout the house. That's what it is.
Dude. Like
Yeah.
I'm a person because I was watching, like. And again, we're really passionate fans. That's why we spend thousands of dollars in this. Let's just face it, useless.
That's-
But just
Passionate,
could've-
passionate
you
is
could've
not
left-
even
you-
strong enough.
Yeah, you could have left the thousands of dollars out of that because now I feel like
Just don't say $1,000. Just say multiple rancors. And then,
oh,
yeah, just say, yeah,
multiple
rancors.
jokers. There,
Yeah,
there
right.
you go.
That'll work for me too. So
Yeah.
yeah, there you
I
go.
was watching this YouTuber too. I'm pretty sure PJ knows him, or probably guys both know him. Who was that? The Extreme Collector, right?
Oh,
Extreme
that
Collector.
guy.
That guy has a gazillion statues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like literally his entire house is, and like I'm looking at myself, it's like I'm stuck in this closet that I do have, which sometimes, if you step out, if you try to be adult for one moment, you step back and you'll be like, God damn, that's a lot of dolls. And, and then you step right back in, right? And then I don't know, I'm just having this, I guess, a moment where I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's way too many dolls, right? and then
Never.
I just think about PJ. He bought 2 rankers, and then you feel better about yourself.
Yeah, exactly. See,
And
you
then-
use PJ to feel better about yourself. That's what I do. So
Yeah.
But when I guess this applies to both of you, because with me, I guess me being working in finance, where I'm advising people to do, do good decisions with their money. Like sometimes they're gonna be like, well, maybe you shouldn't do Uber Eats like 5 times a week. Have you tried that? Maybe you wouldn't be negative, So,
There's some people that do that.
dude,
Dude.
you have no idea, man. You have no idea. Some people like would ask me, you'd be like, well, what am I gonna do? I was like, yeah, because now that I'm working at fraud, right? Because I'm not working at my regular workplace, so they put me in fraud department, right? So this people, am I gonna get fired for this? No, this is not conflict of interest, but not gonna
no, it'll be fine.
names.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, but there's some people who would call, so I worked. That's why I was not streaming on weekdays, because in the beginning I was working phones, like call center agent or so, because our office is closed. So they're like, okay, work fraud, whatever, till we find out what you need to do next. So I was just like, all right. So these guys, if your money gets frauded, for example, you use your card and it gets fraud, it does your money. You don't get your money right away. It takes like a few days, because how do we know if it's fraud or not, right? So these guys are going to be like, man, my what are you going to do? My rent is going to be up tomorrow. You got to put that $10 back. And I was just like, really? It exists. I'm not saying, some people doesn't have problems, but now you're thinking on your head. I was like, maybe you shouldn't have went to Red Robin yesterday and $47 there.
That would make sense.
If you can't afford to not have $10, like that kind of, obviously I can't say that out loud, but I'm just thinking on my head.
You're thinking it. I mean,
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. Like, because sometimes people from the outside looking in, like especially people who aren't into collecting, right? They'll look at some of the stuff I post and they'll ask me, like even friends that I know, they'll be like, how much does that cost? Like, for example, Prime 1 Sauron that I just pre-ordered, right? They'll be like, how much does that cost? And I'll be like $1,400. They'll be like, what? They'll be like, what? What'd you say? Like $14? I'm like, nah, $1,400.
Yeah.
And then I got to explain to them. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to put you guys on something here. Like people probably already use optical. If you work in finance, you're probably already doing this, but I budget the hell out of my money. So like I use an app that's a free app. It's called Every Dollar. Like you can track all of your purchases. You can list them all in categories. You have your paychecks each month, and then you can build categories and then log all of your purchases in those categories. So I budget a certain amount for collectibles, food, rent, whatever. Like every month.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Dude, every dollar just on your phone. You can use on your computer. It's free.
Do you log in? Like, do you give them your bank information? Is that how they?
You can do a paid version for that, but I just log all my purchases manually because sometimes it'll put them in the wrong categories and stuff. But like, I'm not making a ton of purchases where I like have to log them every 2 seconds. But like, it's really easy too. Like, you just be like Amazon 350, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so but I just log in and put it all into categories I want, and I log every single transaction I make. So like, I know exactly how much I spent, whether I went over budget that month, like everything. So I don't just like And sometimes I like collectible category. I definitely go over the budget sometimes. So like, because my budget is not $1,400 a month for collectibles. So if I spent that on Sauron, I definitely went over. So like, so then I'll just have to make that up by selling a few things, or spending less the next month, things like that. So that's a good way to keep yourself accountable. Things like that, like budgeting with every dollar in app like that. That's what I do. It worked well. Because then you look at it and you're like, I spent way too much. So
Yeah.
and you can look at that and see the red numbers and be like, yeah, I fucked up. So. That's how you know.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, it's like, as Hot Toys ramps up their production for a lot of like Star Wars, especially like the Mandalorian, we just saw the double pack right there, and we're probably gonna get Bo-Katan. We're probably gonna, IG-11 just got released. I mean, I'm wondering, do you think at some point there's going to be a lot of collectors that just go, I can't keep up, not because of like the money wise, but they go, I just can't keep up with all these like Star Wars figures. Like it's just too much.
Too much of a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just too much where like I'm like, well, I get, it just becomes overwhelming. Because I feel like, Hot Toys is really going strong with Star Wars right now. And that's why I like really focused on just buying like Hot Toy Star Wars figures only. Like I'll do an occasional Marvel figure review here and there, depending on like if I like the figure or not. But I probably won't keep it. And I'm just being honest because I wouldn't have the room for it, Right. So I mean, because look, like they're going with the Clone Wars show, they're going with the Mandalorian. How many figures already has been announced in the Mandalorian show alone? And that's not even including the Book of Boba.
Right.
In Book of Boba, we're supposed to get all the bounty hunters.
And the Ahsoka show. I mean, it's
the Ahsoka show, the Rangers. Dude, they're just Hot Toys is laughing right now. They're smiling from ear to ear to the bank. They're smiling to the bank. And at some point, what do? Like, do you become super focused with your Star Wars collection? Like now you're like, listen, only original trilogy. Listen, only Mandalorian.
Right.
Listen, only prequels. It just becomes scary. Like the more I think about it, because I love Star Wars, right?
Right. And then, that's really what I thought of when I asked this question. Because
that's why I'm going back to the topic.
Let's say Boba Fett. You're a huge Boba Fett fan. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
And we know there's gonna be more. This is not the end of it. We're gonna get the Clone Wars and Book of Boba. So where does you're passionate about Boba, but when does the practical side of you gonna be like, man, I don't need all these Boba? Because a part of you like, hey man, that's my favorite character. Like with Michael Jordan on Enter Bay. I love Michael Jordan from Chicago. So I was like, when the red version came out, I'm gonna get a red version. When the white version came out, I'm gonna get the white version. At the end of the day, I looked at myself like, God damn, it's still Michael Jordan. So I sold, a couple of it. But like, it's at first it hurts you and then it doesn't anymore. But when does it kick in? Like when, like, is it 7 Bobas, 5 Bobas? Like, okay, how many?
I have a lot right now. I have a lot right now. I have the only thing I'm missing is the animated Boba, and I kind of at first when they first announced it, I'm like, I don't know. And then it sat a while in Sideshow's website. People were selling for $220. And I'm like, it's gonna be around. I'll eventually pick it up. Excuse me. And then it was gone, and it's worth like $700 now. So. I don't know. Like for me, like I'm very passionate about Boba. I love Boba. I love anything Mandalorian. I love anything with the Mandalorian helmet. So, I'm probably gonna still be collecting a lot of Bobas, but I have to questioning myself where I go, the Stormtroopers. That's where I go.
Yeah.
Do I really need a representation of a Stormtrooper in from every trilogy or every show?
The answer is no.
No. Like, do I need this shock? Like right now I have a brand new shock trooper that I have never opened up, right? Do I need to keep that? Do I need it?
Right. Because he appeared in the Mandalorian, for example, for like 2 seconds.
Right.
Oh no, the shock trooper, not the
Remnant Trooper.
Okay, yeah.
No, there's the shock trooper, not the incinerator trooper. The shock trooper from it's the red and white one from Battlefield.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, do I need him? Do I need to keep him? I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, should I sell him? So
And
that's the
Yeah.
crossroads. I'm probably gonna end up. I'm slowly creeping up on that
yeah,
crossroad
that,
right now.
that's like
Right.
thought thinking because they all look cool and they're not going to get worse. They're just going to get
Mm.
better. All of them.
Yeah.
They're not going to
Right.
stop. So if you go down that path, and even
Mhm.
in UPG, because I know you're centric to Star Wars now,
Mhm.
and bad thing for you is they pump out every Star Wars.
Dude,
So
dude,
you know,
I'm so rooting for WandaVision to do so well because I want my Star Wars figures to be cheap again. Like I want to be able to buy, because back then, like the Han
Dude.
Solo from A New Hope, dude. Like I remember that figure on eBay. People were like basically
away.
giving it away.
Dude, I want to chime in real quick. I got so lucky because when I came into collecting like a couple
Mhm.
years ago, I
Mhm.
bought like all the Star Wars figures I wanted for like really good prices. Like I got like that Han Solo you were talking about, like brand new, never opened for like $225 or something. And then I got A New Hope Chewbacca for like I got Emperor Palpatine. He's crazy now. The Return of the Jedi version. It's not the deluxe, but the standard. I got him for like $170, like brand new. Like that kind of stuff, man. The prices were crazy when I came in for Star. They were super low because Marvel was way up here and Star Wars was like down here. And now it's the opposite. So it just fluctuates. But yeah, it's crazy to think about. Like Star Wars has got a crazy boom because of Mando.
Yeah, and as much as I love it, I need Marvel to go. I need Marvel to be.
It's coming though. Marvel's pumping out some serious content right now.
Because
Yeah,
you know why? Because once Marvel is back up to where it needs to be, then my Star Wars figures can level off. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not going to be like super like I could probably pick up like I don't know an extra snow trooper for like 250 or something like that.
Right.
But right now, because of Mando and because of Star Wars being so popular right now, and rightfully so. I'm not complaining. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
But right now it's really hurting my wallet because
right. Well, optical, like as far as your question goes, like I feel like I've already hit that point. I feel like I've already hit the point where my practical side is kicked in, and I've been doing that recently. Like I've been selling a bunch of figures because because I've been selling a bunch, man, because like what I've been doing is I'll take a look at these figures and then I'll be like, do I really need this figure? Do I really want this figure? You know what I mean? And that's like there's certain figures that I've had to take a long hard look at and be like, I don't need this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think I bought it at the time because I bought into the hype.
Yeah.
And then, I just bought it. And then like that's kind of what I did. So then I'll eventually look back at it like the way like a lot of people I think feel pressure to finish a line. Like I've always said I've never felt that pressure because you will bankrupt yourself to hell doing that. Like if you feel like Infinity War is my favorite movie. I never felt like I needed every Infinity War figure. You know what I mean? Like I only get the ones that I love. And that's how I am now. Like I'm only pre-ordering figures that I love. And I've even canceled some pre-orders like PJ, like I pre-ordered the Tusken Raider. Like as good as that figure looks, I don't really want that figure. You know what I mean? and that's what I did aside, PJ. Like, and I canceled it because like I was like, look, that was dumb. And what I've done now is if a figure like that I'm just not sure about, I'll wait till it's released, see how it's going, and then maybe pick it up instead of pre-ordering it and dropping a deposit and then losing that. But yeah, for me, I've totally changed now to I got to get a character that I love. I got to love the look completely, or I got to love the character themselves. And if I don't get it. And then if I get something that I don't feel that way about, I sell it. So use your collection to fund your collection. I've always learned that, and like it's the best way to go. I mean, like I said, because I've had like a bunch of pre-orders hit at once, and then I'll be like, like Optical said, I'll look at myself and be like, shit, I spent too much money this month. You know what I mean? And then like I'll get those figures, and then I'll just like I don't really like this figure that much or love it. Like as long as if I don't love it, I don't keep it. Yeah. I gotta love it to keep it.
Yeah. So for me, like I'm starting. I still have like He-Man statues by Sideshow, which to me they're the best He-Man statues ever made. Like I have He-Man, Skeletor, and Orko. So I love He-Man. Even as a kid, I love He-Man. I mean, I used to run around in my boxers because
we don't need that visual, man.
I mean, because
hey,
yeah, He-Man ran around in his boxers too.
I'm Filipino now, so I'm one of you guys.
It's
okay.
But the thing is that like as much as I love He-Man, I love Star Wars more. and right now, yeah, they're on the chopping block. But I'm probably gonna wait till Kevin Smith releases the Netflix He-Man animated show to sell it, because I feel like I'll get more bang for my buck with that. Because there's going to be a lot of collectors, like He-Man collectors, that's going to be like, oh, I need the He-Man figure. And again, it's just, as it's crazy now. Like, I'm starting to think like that. I never thought I would get to this point,
Right.
because dude, like, it's a lot now. It's a lot. I mean, I really want to do the research and count up all the Star Wars figures that's on pre-order right now, and the amount of Marvel figures.
Right.
Star Wars is like overabundant, and they're just getting started. The Clone Wars line, I'm waiting for Ahsoka. Ahsoka's supposed to be releasing, I think, this year. And they're supposed to probably be announcing more clone troopers from that line. Unless you got money like that Extreme Collectibles dude.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude,
really,
it's gonna be.
Okay, it's a really good job.
Where you can buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know why he does YouTube, to be honest. If you got that kind of money, I guess, I don't know, because he likes making videos. But for me, it's just it's crazy. I don't know. Can I collect everything? Can I collect all the Hot Toy Star Wars figures?
Nope.
I don't know.
PJ, like the extreme collector guy, right? So he looks like he's well off, like really well off, and you do whatever you want with your money. You do what makes you happy, basically, right? But looking at his situation, right? I'm stuck in this Chicago house that's just not. I'm in a closet, basically. But I'm thinking to myself, even if I have because he does look like he has a big house. But his house is creeping with statues, right? You can't even appreciate the statues because it was just displayed to one another. It was we don't really want to display that many. Let's say I could afford it. The aesthetics is gone. I don't know if you want to,
a crowded looking collection is really bad to me. I don't like that at all. It looks sloppy. Yeah.
And not only that, I don't know, those statues, right? He has a lot. And it's in a cabinet. That means his kids can't run around that place, because if they bump into that will fall over, and I don't know, $5,000 of things would get smashed. So now you're affecting people around you. Now I'm not saying that's the case, but I'm guessing there's certain places, and it's not it's basement. It's in there because I watch his room tour. It's mostly a house tour. It's on there, again, it's his house. He can do whatever he wants. I'm saying the practical side of me, kind of and we always keep this. And you guys know this, when we buy something, we try to justify it. When we sell something, we try to, but at the end of the day, we spend more than what we sell. At the end of the day, we spend actual money we work for. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here or anything, but we, at least all of us, and with Hot Toy still pumping this out, I think there's gonna come to a point where we have to kind of step back and be like, all right, man, am I being responsible adult here by spending, like myself, $1,000 in 2 months? And I feel like that's kind of modest compared to other people, because
that's. Well, I don't even think you mean us. I think you mean some of the other reviewers out there.
Let's just say,
I think you're gonna say, the two rancor.
Well, that goes without saying,
right? Who gets it from Hong Kong, because Hong Kong is just $400,
expensive, man.
An Iron Man Mark 85, you pick it up on Hong Kong, you're paying $500 maybe, first batch. So
that's now when Marvel's low. When Marvel's high, that thing's $800 right off the gate. I remember
2 times retail,
yeah. I remember I inquired it when it first, I forgot the Mark 50 when it first got released, and I was like, "Hey man, how much is it? $800." Oh, what?
Yeah.
What? I ain't paying that. Are you kidding me? But then there are some reviewers out there that will pay that, and I don't know. The practicality comes to effect is okay. First of all, YouTube don't pay that much. I'm sorry.
No.
It don't.
That was earlier. Do you
that's a good conversation to have, actually.
Buying buying stuff affect your YouTube or back?
Actually, that's a great question.
That's a really good question.
Or do you? Kev's Matrix, can I answer that one real quick?
Yeah.
Before it did, when I first started when I first found out about day one collectibles, to be honest, when I first got into the game of YouTube, I was just reviewing the figures that I got from Sideshow or from my local comic book store, right? And I realized like my traction, my growth was very slow, and I just didn't know why. And then I did the research, and then I looked at this is before Justin came into the picture, and I was just like, oh, okay, there's some like Sharpus Prime. He got this Hot Toys figure pretty early. How did he do that? And then someone mentioned, oh, you can get it from like eBay, from one of those Tim Center or something. So yeah, so I think I bought my Doctor Strange figure, right? It's from Lunan Toys, right? And on eBay. And I thought he was like a day one, like I thought I was getting my like figure for like a day one batch, but no, it wasn't. So I learned the hard way. So I got my Doctor Strange like when Sideshow got their Doctor Strange, but then I started doing the research, and yeah, then found out about day one and all these resellers that were selling day one figures, and I started like, okay. Then I realized there was like growth on my channel because now more and more people are tuning in because I'm getting the figures early, and then that's when it started to dictate my channel. I go, oh wow, if I get this Marvel figure, even though I'm more into Star Wars, I like Marvel, I'll get it. And then I was like, oh shoot, then I'm getting all these Marvel figures, and then I started getting DC figures, and then I don't know. Then I was like, wait a minute, what am I doing here? So now, like, I kind of found like my focus and like what I'm really trying to do. Basically, is trying to have fun with my YouTube channel now with Star Wars and some of my Marvel reviews. I'm not gonna get everything, but now I'm mostly strictly like focusing on Star Wars and X-Men. Those are my two loves, and obviously Joker.
Joker.
And Rancor.
Joker.
And Rancor.
And Rancor. But it's still Star Wars. But anyway, I think it was dictating my collection in the early beginning stages of my channel. So
how about you, Will? Have you done that, or do you still do
see
that?
I plan to start reviewing Hot Toys figures at some point, but I've never actually reviewed one. But I've obviously reviewed plenty of statues and props and things like that. And those, no, I've just always bought things that I wanted anyway. And like pretty much everything that I've bought of that, sort of vein, I'm always like, well, I might as well review it because I have it. So, might as well review it. So like, but I no, honestly, like one thing I can say is I've reviewed so many movies already. So like now that's kind of impacted me in some way. Like I always go, when COVID's not going on, I always go every Thursday night to the movie theater to see the movie first, so then I can review it pretty early. So like that example where I've pretty much done the same thing, just to a more cost-effective hobby, I guess.
Right.
But but like for example, yeah, no, not really. Honestly, I buy things I love and review things I like. I don't feel. I'm not, I don't feel the need to like go and buy, like, for example, all these figures that are coming out just because I need to review everything. Like there's so many reviewers out there now in the Hot Toys game, like, Justin and all the others, like they review everything that comes out. Like they buy everything, whether they keep it or not is the question. But like, but I don't feel, I would never feel the need to do that. Like I'm only going to review the ones that I want to review. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm not obviously going to grow like they are because people want to see everything, but that's fine. Like I don't do it for that. So
yeah.
And you got to live with the purchase, so you got to live with what you bought. That's my thing. And I don't have that much money to throw around, where I can just buy everything.
And plus, we don't get paid YouTube.
No.
I think
you're not getting a return on your investment there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think so. There was one viewer of mine was like, "Oh yeah, you're well off. You'll be fine with because you're a YouTuber." I'm like, no, absolutely not. If you saw the amount of time that's why BG Tour, for example, is quitting. Right. Because he probably spent more time taking pictures and editing it than he's actually getting paid. I don't think he's even getting paid. He's probably getting like the figure for free. And he's probably saying, this is not worth it. It's not worth my time. Right. So yeah. How about you?
For the money, there's much more lucrative efforts you could be doing.
And I feel like, so you guys know my reviews. That's why my growth is really slow. I mean, it looks like I have a lot of subscribers, but at the same time, I've been doing this for like around 7-8 years now. And I feel, the one thing that's holding me back is which is the first day reviews, because I am firm on not doing that. I'm firm on not going to Hong Kong. I'm not saying anything's wrong with that. I just don't believe in that, me personally, because I feel like to a certain degree we are kind of responsible for this hot toys explosion, where like not necessarily myself, but the ones who are, let's say, like let's say let's point out Justin and the other YouTubers that are doing the day one, right? Like everything looks good on day one. It's like, oh man, this is a must have. This is your only chance to get it. If you don't get it, then you might not have another chance. And now we created this illusion or impression that if you don't get it, it's gonna be expensive. Like somebody is asking earlier if Yondu and Hela was worth it as Grail. That's only a Grail because you guys make it a Grail. If Hela and Yondu is widely available now, you guys wouldn't even buy it. That's the reason why it has a low count, because no one pre-ordered it.
Right.
Now we dictate what the grails are, and I feel like at some point, like the likes of quote unquote influencers, we made this. We made this culture where kind of like, oh, you need to have it. If you don't, it's too bad. Yeah, I'm kind of scared now for the new ones like KG or JB or like Mario in and Out, where the highs are pretty good. When you start reviewing, you see the viewer count rising. You're gonna be like, oh man, I gotta keep it up. But you can't. You gotta have sustainability. I guess that's the reason why myself and like what do you call that? Dean Knight are still around, even though Dean is very selective on his things. But our growth is really bad. Like me, D Knight, and Xenomorph, because we're really selective. We just want to do what we like to do. Like I buy things that I want to buy, regardless if you guys like Aragorn or not, regardless if I'm going to get 700 views in there or not, or 100,000.
Right.
I think that's kind of like the trap that JB and Mario and KG and the new YouTubers, would want to avoid, is that just the highs are high. You see that viewer count coming up, but at the end of the day, can you keep it up? Like there's other channels that stayed away from hot toys now because they feel like, oh man, this is child's work, and this is where the practicality and passion comes in. I mean, I love the other effects, and I mean the other life size like of Regal Robot, but displaying a $7,000 Chewbacca, is that really like a smart move? And there's channels who are, I guess, focused on reselling. We're looking at the trend of hot toys, for example, and that's good if you're team sent. But if you're just a regular collector, I mean, what does it do to you? Are you selling hot toys every week? And if your hot toys is worth this much, what does it do to you now? Are you selling it now to fund other hot toys? You don't. You just feel good, that feeling that I got a collector that's high. Then again, at the same time, you turn around, you got a DX12 because you didn't sell it. Now DX12 is worth nothing. So I suppose we put so much value in these things. They're gonna be like, oh man, I can turn around and sell this. Yeah, if you go to eBay, you're with a 15% cut of eBay and PayPal's 4%, you might break even. You might. You go to you go to forums or Facebook groups, you might get hustled. So the small profit that you're getting, this is not Funko Pop where you buy $10, like $12 for retail, and you can sell it for $3,000. That's a haul right there. But if you get a Mark 47 and you sell it for 800, you bought it for almost 500, it's 300, is it? And then you take out the fees, maybe you take home like 700 in 200 more at peak. Is that really worth all going to the post office, having this feeling? So I don't know, man. Like I think we created a culture where we're
who's making out pretty well are those resellers. Those day one resellers,
they gotta be doing well.
They are laughing themselves to the bank. You know why? Because not only are they making profit off of the YouTubers, the up and coming YouTubers, right? Because you're gonna buy a day one, but they're making profit off of the promotion of like buying day one. It doesn't have to be you're promoting that specific reseller, but you're promoting the fact that, oh, you should get the day one right away because you're missing out. Oh, you're waiting 3 months for your figure. And at the end of the day, do you really want to spend $200 extra just to get that figure day one so you can enjoy for the extra 3 months earlier, enjoy 3 months earlier? no, it's not worth it, because then you're going to price yourself out of the game. And I give credit to those YouTubers, because I try to do it. I try to do it.
That's hustle.
Yeah, to be honest, I give them a lot of credit because they could stay up all night and pump out that, as soon as they get that figure, they do what they got to do and then pump out that video the next day. Is it a quality review? That's up to the viewers to decide. Is it an honest review? Again, that's up to the viewers to decide, because like Optical, like Will and myself, like I like to spend time with the figure and actually try to give the viewer the best possible review as I can, because at the end of the day, that's my reputation. If I'm known as someone that's negative about all the which I highly doubt I'll be negative and all, because then I'm doing something wrong. I'm wasting my money. But anyway, if I was negative in all my reviews, then there's something wrong, right? Or even just positive with all my reviews, then there's something wrong. But again, for me, I'm choosing my battles. Like right now, I would do my best to give really good quality Star Wars product reviews as the best I can. But I'm not going to kill myself to put out that video. I'm not going to stay up all night, get 2 hours of sleep just so I could pump up that video in the morning for you. Right. As much as I want to, I got to think about my health and my family. I'm sorry. Kudos to those that are able to do that. And, it's just, for me, like I want to spend the extra time in making a good quality content for my viewers, which, by the way, I'm actually going to change it up. I'm going to do some skits, guys, some pretty cool skits in some of my reviews.
You're not going to change your channel name to Sean Long, are you?
Damn it! How'd you know, man?
It's already done.
No, but like, and I just figure, like, what the hell? I'm gonna have some fun with my review.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play with the figures. I'm gonna add some real life situations that hopefully collectors can relate to, and then go from there. But
that'd be fun, dude. Yeah. So like, where I would chime in on this, what I would say is, so for what I would say to collectors like JB or Mario or whoever is thinking about creating a YouTube channel, right? What I would say is, it really just depends how you want to approach this. Do you want to look at this as a business, or do you want to look at it as a hobby or something you're passionate about, right? Like, because if you're looking at it as like, part of the reason, like, for example, someone like Justin skyrocketed is because of, one, his talent and his ability to speak, well about the products, and two is because he had excellent business sense. Like, he approached his channel like a business when a lot of others did not. And that's the reason he skyrocketed. Like Optical said, he got day one reviews. Like, he was pumping out content every day. He's posting constant updates. He's running his social media like a business. Like, he's posting constant updates. He's interacting. Like, he absolutely made it to the top because he was smart. I mean, like, he was smart, and he made it to the top because he ran his channel like a business. And a lot of us aren't willing to do that because like, that requires a lot of dedication and a lot of sacrifice. Honestly, that's the best word for it. Like, you have to sacrifice many things. Like Opto said, money, the biggest thing, but like time with other things, with family, other things. Like, for a lot of us, like, we really like, for myself, I can only speak for myself, but I can just, assume we all like balance in our lives, right? And like, if you approach your channel like a business, you lose a lot of that balance in your life. Like, I would assume, right? Because like, to get really, really great at one thing, you have to sacrifice a lot of things to get there. So like,
absolutely,
whether it's sports, music, acting, a YouTube channel, whatever, like, that has to be like your thing. Like, and that has to be, you have to sacrifice almost everything else usually to get that point, right? To get to the level, the pro level you want to get at. So like, Justin seems like he did that. Like, he still has a great life, obviously, outside of YouTube, but it's all speculation. Obviously, I don't have any insight into this, but it's just, I can assume he ran his business super intelligently, and like, he's had success because of it.
Yeah. So, and that's those are great points, Will. Great points. And, and a lot of us, and here's the thing, if all of us, even in the chat, we all started a YouTube channel, 8, 10, not even like 8, like when YouTube first started, right? I think your channels will do well.
Right.
Unfortunately, YouTube is overly saturated. There's multiple Hot Toys channels out there. There's
too many.
multiple Star Wars collectibles channels out there. There's you to be successful in YouTube, you have to be super unique. It
Yeah.
has to be you have to have like the personality, which is it's already unique in itself. And on top of that, hey, and listen, I only have 4,000 subs. I'm no big guy, but I just noticed the things that make people like the trends, like the reason why people are popular and have so many subscribers. Like Justin, we always go back to him because I think he's the one that grew so fast in a short amount of time. But like what Will said, what did he sacrifice? I don't know if Justin has a family or whatever.
He has a
but
wife, yeah, but
yeah,
he set the blueprint. Let's say that he set the blueprint for
he set the
success.
blueprint. But doing these reviews, it doesn't take 10 minutes. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. You have to shoot it. That takes a couple hours. Edit it. That takes another couple hours. And then upload to YouTube, which is another. So you're looking about like at least 8 hours of your time if you were to pump out that video right away.
Right.
So for Justin to do that, consistently, it's not like he just pumps out a video a week. He pumps out every other day,
Right.
almost every day, in my opinion, a video. And to do that consistently for 3 years, that's a lot of hard work and dedication. Unfortunately, I can't do it because then I would probably be divorced.
Yeah, and like if you put in that work, you deserve the results. Like he's deserved every bit of it. So I mean, like yeah, and that's not what you're saying, but I mean, like, but yeah, he's like I said, he's managed it like a business.
Yeah. So my suggestion to anybody out there that's looking to, and it's just one of the topics actually I want to talk about on Sunday in my live stream, but we'll talk about here is that like, be unique. I think that's the if you're in YouTube to be like, you look at some of these YouTubers that's so popular now, like that has millions of subscribers, like Mr. Beast, right? I'm like, whoa, this Mr. Beast has 50 million subscribers and he's giving away money left and right. Why is he so popular? Because he's unique, right? Like he came up with a niche where he's like, I'm gonna spend $20,000 giving away money. And in return, I'm going to get $50,000 from all the views I'm making, and sponsors that I get from that video. So again, YouTube is overly saturated, and I don't know how we got into this topic, but my suggestion or my advice to anybody that's looking to start one, definitely try to be unique and different from everyone else. Do not copy. Don't be a copycat. That's like. You'll be so, because some people I see now, like they're using the same type of, thumbnail. Thumbnails, man.
What'd you say, Optical?
Thumbnails.
Thumbnails. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, just be unique, man. Like that's not being unique. That's just being like copycat, which is like seriously like, are imitating some is a form of flattery, I guess. What's the saying goes?
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Well, yeah, but still, it's like I don't know, man. Just be unique, to be different, and to be successful in YouTube. Yeah,
I guess like the closing in here is that like we love this. We love what we do. Collections are great. Hot Toys are amazing. Statues, whatever it is, collection that you do. But like I guess that's why I was out for like 3 weeks or so. I just like my roof started leaking, and I was just like, now I'm worrying about the Hot Toys not getting leaked at. And if there's not too many Hot Toys, I'm only gonna move like 5 figures, right? But now I gotta move like a few of them. So now I stepped back and I was just like, and then the weather is getting nice here in Chicago too. By getting nice, I mean we're at 43 tomorrow, so I'm gonna start working out because I work out in the garage because I don't go in the gym anymore. So 43 is actually nice here. And then I started doing other things, and I was just like, all right, I didn't do a review. The reviews that are pumping out, I shot that like months ago. I uploaded them back in December. So I got like a variety here. So I was just like, all right, maybe I shouldn't spend $1,000 on Hot Toys in 2 months. And not only that, but like there's things outside there, to do around. Now, if you buy one of these things, by the way, maybe you're gonna test to this. If you buy one of these things, this is
Oh, TJ's gonna
for-
get this.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not that. That
How much is this?
This is $7,000.
Woo!
It looks good.
It does look good.
Goodbye. You're gonna say goodbye to two things. Goodbye to 7,000.
Yeah.
Any pussy that you're gonna bring home. Because
Optical. I have a Pennywise in my house, so like that
Well,
ship sailed. Okay.
this is-
Yeah, but it's not $7,000.
No, it's
2,000.
2,000.
And not
It's
only that,
2,000. 2,000.
a casual moviegoer would know that, maybe it's
Right.
Pennywise, like a casual. A normal person who even watches Star Wars would think this is a camel.
Yeah, right. They'd be like, "Yeah, what's wrong with you, dude?" And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, not to interrupt. Pennywise is not the lady detractor that people would think it is. Okay, it's actually been the lady attractor. Okay, because I'm gonna speak from experience, dude. Like the women have been interested in it. What'd you say, Optical? Oh my god, that is birth control. It is, man. You would think so. Not Pennywise, though, man. The women, this is could be a whole other topic, honestly. But like women, I feel like you would think the misconception is that guys who have a collection are nerdy and it makes us like not appealing to women. I found the opposite. Like they are interested in that you have a passion for something. You know what I mean? I think that's
this is
cool.
a good topic next time. I would love to hear from a single guy because me and you are married. So
I'm single, man. My dating apps say I have collecting stuff in there, and it always brings up a conversation. Okay, and then they see my Instagram and stuff, and then they'll be like, "Hey, I see you have this creepy Pennywise shit. I want to know more about it." You know what I mean? And and if they ever come over here or whatever, everything I show it to them, they're like, "That's actually really cool," and I'll be like, "See."
Well, I'm sorry.
You both are married.
I'm just gonna put this out there because we're looking at it on our glasses, right? Like, oh, dude, this is expensive things, and I'm passionate about this thing. Imagine if you walk into a girl's, that you're dating, and you see a shrine of the Kardashians, right? Kardashian out there, wouldn't you get freaked out? Be like, well, dude, I've been watching the keeping up with the Kardashians since 2008. So I grew up with them. So, if you look at it in that standpoint, not everyone would understand Star Wars and DC and Marvel would love for them. But if you walk in there, you're going to be, is that a deal breaker? That's from another.
But see, most of the characters Optical, I feel like, the women that I brought over to see, like most of them want to see the collection, right? And they want to see it. And then like they know most of the characters. So like, it's not like I have like these random ass characters that no one really know. Like they know Pennywise, they know Batman, they know Iron Man. You know what I mean? Like they'll see those and they'll be like, oh, like they know the Mandalorian and they love Baby Yoda, right? So like they'll see that and they'll be like, that's really cool. I've never seen it. When you tell them how much it costs, that's when they get a little bit shocked. Yeah. But like otherwise, they're like, that's really cool. Like I'm impressed with it. And they really like it. I mean, that's what they tell me at least. So they may be lying. But
do you know Khloe Kardashian?
I know who she is, but I don't watch
Kendall Jenner?
I know Kendall Jenner. Yeah,
those are the characters of the Keeping Up the Kardashians. You all know all of them. It still doesn't make it cool.
Yeah, it's true. But in my case, see, I can sell it, man, because I can sell it. Like, look, this is cool. Okay, it's very cool. It's a Pennywise. It's half scale. It's $2,000. It looks great. And then they're like, okay, you've convinced me. And then that's and then all the women want to come over and they all match with me. And that's a wrap. That's how I remember it, at least in my head. So I'm not sure if that's how it actually happens, but. That's how I remember it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna lay down the groundwork for you guys here.
Okay.
So, if I was single, #1 dating app, christianmingle.com. Here I come.
Okay.
And then my profile picture will be the two rancors. I'll be laying down in bed with no shirt, and there'll be two rancors right next to me.
You would have more matches than you knew what to do with. Okay.
You have 0 match today.
Dude, we should make a collector's mingle.
Oh my god!
But it would be a salsa fest.
No, don't say it.
Will put that on. Copyright that thing.
All right, copyright it. It's done. No one take that.
Collectorsmingle.com. Yeah. Nobody copyright that thing right now. Yeah. No one. It's on the chat. This is just like
you guys are each 33% partners. We're
can you
1/3
imagine?
of this.
Oh my god! Can you imagine like a dating app for collectors?
Dude.
Oh my goodness.
I think we got okay. We're quitting YouTube. We're starting the business. Okay.
Yo, we're starting it right now.
That you can play on my 12 inches.
Optical. Oh
Yo, I got a quarter scale.
Oh my god.
Wait, a quarter scale freaking Boba Fett. What are you guys talking
Hey, I
about?
got
Oh,
everything
okay, I
here.
see.
You know, soft, hard. You know.
Yeah, just tell it you want to see my Rancor pick.
Oh, hey, wait a minute. That's a little kinky to me. The Rancor pit. Holy damn.
See, Optical, you run the finances for the company. I trust you for
Hey.
that. So,
Yo, can you imagine though a collectorsmingle.com?
yeah.
Right? What?
It's going to be all guys, though. It's going to be all men. So, like, it's going to be all guys. See, Rob is right.
And not that anything's wrong with that, but
No, that's fine. I mean,
I mean,
it's fine. But I'm just saying that, like, you know, if you're like a heterosexual guy and you're looking for women on there, it's probably ain't gonna happen, honestly. So
hey,
yeah,
you never know. Maybe true love. You'll find true love out there.
on Collectors Mingle, join.
Single. Hey, you play with my 12 inches. I'll play with you.
We're just gonna be, yeah. We got to figure out our monthly rates and stuff.
Put
We'll
that on
figure
a
it out.
T-shirt.
dude, that's actually a good T-shirt.
That's actually a really good slogan. Like,
dude,
not
that's
gonna lie, it's
yo,
really good.
can oh my gosh, I play with your 12 inches. If you play with mine,
Dude.
It's actually really
no,
good.
but like it'll be like all right. So it'll be like I'll be giving you like a figure, and then you'll be giving me a figure.
And then
And
we're compatible.
Yeah,
know, like-
no,
And
but
then-
that's so no. I'm talking about like for like T-shirt, like a regular T-shirt, like we could like sell to like the viewers.
And then
You
you'll
know?
find out if they give you the figure. Does it have shipper box? Is it complete?
Exactly.
That's where we do our compatibility test. Man, we got something here. We got to talk about this in a back room or something.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and
The $1 million idea here.
Yeah, but like I was gonna say, like I don't know, like if I was like Optical, if you were single right now and you had a collection, like would you show your collection on the first day, on the first date?
for my 12 inches. No, dude, that's a good question.
I can share my personal experiences for that question.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Will.
Go ahead,
So,
Will.
yeah, not to throw out the obstacles hypothetical because I am really interested to hear that. But like, I can tell you, like, so on the first date, typically not because like normally I don't meet them. I don't meet them at my house because for one, I have expensive shit in here, and I don't want people coming in here that I don't trust. Right. So like, so that's the biggest thing. But I have had one first date actually. I don't even know if I really want to go into what happened with that one because it was a disaster. But like, she really liked the collection, right? She came in and she was like, okay, this looks really cool. Like she liked all these things. She liked Mandalorian. Like she liked all this stuff. And like, I have definitely shown my collection to a lot of people. I've sent them videos a lot of times of things and they'll be like, maybe they're just humoring me. Maybe they like me for other reasons. So like, you know, but they might, I mean, they just don't give a shit about the collection.
No, I
They're
was
being
allowed.
nice to me.
I just like how you segmented that.
No, it's true. I mean, like they might just be
I mean,
like, Will,
I showed them my collection. I hope they like me better than my collection.
they only like me for the collection.
The collection.
But no, like I have shown it to them, not necessarily on first dates, but I've shown it to them on other ones. And like some of them will just be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like they don't really care, but they're not like freaked out by it. Because it's all about, honestly, it's all about how you approach it. Like it's all about how you present it. Like it's like if I'm just like, hey, like, and I'm like really creepy and weird. I'm like, hey, like I got all these figures 12 inches. Like, and then, like, and you know what I mean? Like, and I'm going into all this shit. Like if you're going into all the details and stuff, like this one was made, like JC Hong sculpted this. And like this, like, they're going to be like, you're fucking weird. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? But like, but if you're like, look, yeah, but if you're like, look, if you like approach it in kind of a funny way, like you kind of make fun of yourself, self-deprecating. I'm like, look, I'm a 29-year-old guy. I got all these dolls. Like you can come over to my house and come look at them. And like, they think it's funny. Like they think it's like, you know, it shows a good sense of humor that you can laugh at yourself. You know what I mean?
Listen,
Don't take yourself.
you're actually not joking.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's simultaneously true, but also like laughing at yourself. So like it's, yeah.
I'm
like,
gonna be like,
I'm like, hey girl, have you ever dated a guy who dropped $2,000 on a statue? Because you're about to.
You're so lucky right now.
Yeah. Do you know how lucky you are you match with me? Because you'll never meet another guy with a Pennywise statue like this.
Listen, you're so lucky right now. You match with a guy who just bought 2 Rancors.
Exactly. Okay? And then send her the pic. Send her the pic.
Yeah.
2 Rancors.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
But I can tell you from experience, it's not the deterrent that people would think it is. Like it's in my experience. So.
Well, for me, like I'll be scared if I bring my date to my apartment and it's filled with like statues. I'll be like so scared of her like touch, like don't.
Yeah,
touch.
that too. Yeah, you got to be like don't. Like some things you can like supervise touching, but like yeah.
Don't touch that 12-inch figure.
Don't touch the wrong 12 inches.
Yeah.
That's my Black Panther.
Oh goodness!
It's rare.
gracious.
Oh my god.
Okay, man, we completely went. Well, you know what? That's a good topic for our next. We should hold off to that.
Actually, what were we talking about? You brought up the picture. We lost like.
No, Optical said that you're never getting another date if you buy this. So that's where I came.
That was it. That was the top. I thought you had something else.
But this one is a little weird looking, like because most people wouldn't know what it is. Like if you had a girl walk in there in your house and you didn't prep her first and she just saw this tauntaun, she'd be like, "Holy shit! Did you murder that thing?" Like I would put that like she's gonna think like her head's gonna end up in the freezer. Like
Dude, you gotta
but like you gotta imagine, you gotta put yourself in the girl's shoes. I mean. They have to be like a serious hardcore Star Wars fan to truly appreciate that bust.
Right. It's not.
But usually they're like a diamond in the rough, right? Those hardcore Star Wars girls that are fans.
Right.
But like, can you imagine bringing a girl home and then you got this big tauntaun?
Right. Dude, show her a baby Yoda and you are in. But show her a tauntaun and she's out the door, man. Like she could not get out of there fast. She's like, "Oh, I'm getting a call," and she's just like running out.
So how do you prep a girl, before you bring her home? It's like, so you wanna do something, right? And
and the tauntaun, you dim down the light, and the tauntaun's like
looking up in the corner.
Looking in the corner. It's like, okay, what the heck? Or you have the tauntaun hung up in your bedroom.
You like to ride colt.
Optical's just full of puns tonight.
Yeah, Rob's soul is like, I mount that over my bed. Can you imagine?
And then tilt the head down.
Oh
my god!
You guys are putting terrible ideas in people's heads right now because people are going to do these things.
Yeah. But I think the topic that we were trying to discuss about that tauntaun was that like the fact that like like when do we? I guess like were you trying to say like, oh, when are we like going to get to that point of collecting? Like
right. That's what I guess at what point will you transition, or would you ever transition to? I already feel like we're wasting money on hot toys, right? And statues another thing. But
I feel that same way with the Rancor.
Go to that extreme where it's cool. If you're a hardcore Star Wars fans, I get that. I get it. If you can buy it, more power to you. But where do you kind of like draw the line where you'll be like, all right, you know what? It's 5Gs. Nope. That would be a nope. I don't care if it's real Luke Skywalker's hair or something, but nope. It's like, is there a point there? It's like, do we have like a line that we don't cross? Or
I mean, for me, here's the thing. Like, I know my limits. I know my limits with my wife and like just with myself. Just because if I buy something that's like $7,000, that's probably the only thing I'm buying the whole year. Just because like I can't justify buying a $7,000 tauntaun bust and then still be able to collect like other like statues or hot toys or
you almost bought 7,000 worth of Rancor, so just saying.
Yeah, but like
those were like a couple thousand, right?
But that's 2 Rancors. That's two.
But how much were they each?
The one is 3 Gs.
One's 3 Gs, the other one's 1.
Woo, PJ.
That doesn't include shipping.
Hey, I can't say shit. I bought a $2,000 Pennywise, so.
But you know what though? Like at least that was from like my budget from last year, and then going into this year. So it's not really like. But if I bought that $7,000 tauntaun head, that's it. That's the only thing I'm buying. But here's the thing: is that like I know my limits. I know I'm not gonna get like like those really expensive props, like Star Wars props, as much as I want to. They're just like out of the question for me, and I appreciate them, but I still love my hot toys. I'm as much as I get frustrated with them, and I think I expressed that in many live streams where I'm like, well, I wish they could have done better, or what's going on with hot toys, and I start questioning if some of their head sculpts are a little off, is because technology is moving at a fast rate right now, and you expect hot toys to do the same with their sculpts because technology is getting better. Statues are getting better, so why can't hot toys? So, but regardless, I I I appreciate the expensive stuff, but I still appreciate the less expensive stuff. I just can't buy like an expensive $7,000 tauntaun and go, hey, listen, you know what? I transitioned into this whole different level of collecting, and that's it.
Right.
That's just not me. I just can't do that. Because there are people who really strictly collect those like expensive props, like those Star Wars auction props, right? And they're like going for like $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. But then you look at their collection, and there's only some people have a lot and they're just really rich, and some people who just could really afford some, and not have a big collection. That's fine too. But me, I love Star Wars and I love everything Star Wars. So
Yeah, the biggest thing, I completely agree, PJ. Know your limits. Like that's a really good question, Optical. Like, where is the line? Like for me, like if I had to put like a monetary value on it, if it gets over like even like a $2,000 thing, I'm just like really gritting my teeth. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like I'm just
yeah.
I'm really like I don't want to take this big of a hit on my account. You know what I mean? So the good thing is you can pay that off over time and kind of, it's a little more manageable. But that's kind of the realm for me. Like if it gets over like the 2,000 mark, that's where I'm like absolutely like I just can't do it. Like I none of us are rich. Like it's
Unless it's an investment, so you can get girls in.
But I can get girls in with much less expensive pieces. Like as long as it's Pennywise, we're good. Or it's Baby Yoda, then we're good, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I have this creepy bloody Pennywise head on my shelf.
Yeah, but I think for me, it's like I cannot be consistently collecting expensive like $3,000, $4,000.
Those are like once a year purchase. Like
like I can't transition into that type of collector. I don't know. I feel guilty just spending $3,000 on a Rancor. Like I'm like I could have put this towards my kids' college.
And I don't even have kids, and I feel guilty. So
yeah, I feel guilty with that. But I knew, with that Rancor, it's only 83 made. One thing with that Rancor, I know for a fact that it's gonna be appreciated in value. And I told my kids, like, listen, if I move on to, the afterlife, wherever it is, heaven or hell, just know that like these collection I'm leaving you. Good luck with the sales. Good luck with storing them. No, but like good luck, but basically all of them are going to appreciate in value. And if they sell it, hopefully they know how to sell it. Right. Then they could use that money towards whatever they would want. And that's the future of my collection. If I hand it down to my kids and they appreciate it and they want to keep it, great. If they want to sell it, guess what? Whatever I paid for is going to be like maybe a down payment for their house in the future or something.
Right.
And that's one thing. And that's
J-Rod just put a big one on us. So it means like we've been here for 2 weeks. So, thanks, J-Rod.
WandaVision was sick, by the way. I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, but it was really good.
It was real. I had a lot of feels with the one.
Is it time for me to watch it now? Because
like
I'm gonna wait
because the finale's next week, so you might as well catch up now. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, exactly.
It's sick. Honestly, just skip the first 2 or 3 episodes. Like you just watch them, but like they're not that great, in my opinion. A lot of people disagree, but that's my take. The rest of them is fantastic. The rest of them fantastic.
By the way, I love Elizabeth Olsen.
She's so good, man. This is like the best she's ever been in the role too. She's showing so much range in this season. Like,
yeah, I love it when she had this movie with Thanos. Have you guys seen that?
I saw the movie she did with Hawkeye called Wind River. She was really good in that.
Oh yeah, visit this website specifically with an X in the front, and then you can...
don't say it. Don't say it. Trust me.
Just type in Scarlet Witch versus Thanos, and yep, you'll see that scene right there. Oh, it's amazing.
There you go. Okay.
Yep. I can see people typing right now.
People are definitely typing right now.
All right, man. I think so we'll reserve some of the topics on the next stream. I guess we'll talk about Pussy and Hot Toys. So they go hand in hand.
They go hand in hand. They're
hand in hand. Like
the perfect combination.
12-inch, 12-inch. Something like that.
I like that T-shirt idea, man. I play with your 12-inch. You play with my 12-inch.
Yeah.
Figures.
That doesn't sound right though for a heterosexual male. I gotta.
No, it says figures though at the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, why would I want to play with your figures if I have my own figures?
I don't even play with my own figures. So,
Oh, you don't know what you're missing out.
No, see, okay. Last point before we go, because that's a huge thing. Like that is the biggest thing that would creep a woman out. If you had figures, you're like, yeah, like sometimes I've been asked, like, do you play with them? I'm like, no, I don't play with them. Like, I don't, like, I pose them every now and then, but that's about it. Like, I wouldn't call that playing with them. Like, I just set them up. Honestly, I keep them in one pose and pretty much leave it most of the time. I'm like, no, they're artistic pieces. I look at you. It's all about how you phrase it. You got to be like a politician on it. Just be like, they're artistic pieces. I buy them because I love the representation of the character. They're high art. Like, I've put them behind glass and put them in one pose. I don't sit there and play with them and talk to them.
And by the time they finish that, you finish that sentence, they're already out the door.
They've left the chat.
They're like, okay.
I changed the pose.
Hey, hadn't happened to me. I'm just throwing it out there. It's been fine. So
I'd be like, I just change the pose every once in a while. Maybe put new accessories here and there. Change clothes, comb the hair every once in a while.
Comb there.
Cut them around a little bit.
I have combed a figure's hair before. So Pennywise has real hair. So
especially when your wife walks in and you're combing a figure's hair.
Yep.
You don't have any pants.
Yeah. That's more PJ than me.
Yeah, that's all right, man. Let's wrap this up. Dude, we're at 3 hours. We're almost as long as the other guys.
It's almost a record.
Marathon.
Wait, there's another guys now?
Yeah, on the other side.
Okay, I see.
7-hour kind of thing.
Oh, right, okay.
Dude, all right. Before we wrap this thing up, PJ, anything coming up?
Rancor. That's all I gotta say.
Just review the same ones multiple times.
Yeah, IG-11 should drop pretty soon. The review for that. So yeah, and then the Captain America Endgame. And the Hot Toys Grogu should be up pretty soon. So yeah, quite a few coming up.
I'm really interested to hear that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna dedicate that video to you.
You should dedicate it to me, PJ, because Optical. We've talked about this intensively. Like we've talked about. I feel like PJ and I talked this to death about
Actually, how Optical and Will?
Yeah.
Can you guys come on Sunday? We got to continue this chat.
Yeah, sure. So I'll be back. Yeah, I'm finishing up my tattoo. So I'm finishing up tattoo tomorrow. So I'll be back Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. All right, that'll be on my channel. Paradox.
Dude, we should get like a matching tattoo, like a 12 inches, something like that.
Oh God, you and your.
Optical, like you said, I got to save room for Abby somewhere. So. Just Abby. Yeah, maybe.
Oh God!
Or here, when you like open or close your hand,
Oh goodness gracious!
Boobs. How about you, Will? You got any new reviews coming up?
Yeah, so I actually just posted a review tonight. Actually, Return of the King. So I reviewed Return of the King. It's so good. PJ, we got to get you back on the Lord of the Rings hype train.
I know. I actually was thinking about that, and I'm
that's what got me the Sauron. I got that on pre-order now, so I'm excited about that. But as far as reviews coming up, I don't know. I do requested reviews, like viewers send in requests, and I do those. A lot of times it's like really weird stuff, and I kind of like that because it's like stuff that I would never watch. Like go back and look at like some of my movie request reviews, like. I've reviewed some weird shit. Like it's people for like request. I feel like they're doing it to mess with me almost, but like I've seen almost everything. Like in terms of like the weirdest stuff.
Evil Dead?
No, I've never actually seen that. Honestly.
Oh, please.
So yeah, that's one I need to review. Honestly, probably.
Where do I make the request?
Just comment on the video and be like, I officially request 12 inches.
Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness.
No, but yeah, you can just request it on any video. But like, I have a long list of them. PJ, I can move you up. I can move you up the list because you are PJ the Paradox Nerd.
Oh, cool.
So it's good.
I know companies usually give their YouTubers like a certain amount of cash so that they could bring their request up and stuff or their product up. So I'm gonna do the same for you.
Yeah, just send me the Hot Toys Grogu and we're good.
Oh yeah, there you go.
We're square. No, but I'm gonna be reviewing the Iron Suit when they decide to ship it. That is, I'm gonna be reviewing the. Ebony Maw and Proxima Midnight, and then there's Mario and Corvus Clave as well. But see, Mario, he knows what's up. He has good taste.
Jesus.
Oh goodness! You started, dude.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Well, we're going to PJ on Sunday. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about absolutely nothing again there. And hopefully you join us and doesn't learn anything afterwards. So
You'll have less brain cells by the time it's over.
Exactly. So
all right, good night, everybody.
On Sunday.
All right.
See ya.
Stay safe.
See you.